good. We're recording. Checking. Good. We got lines.
We got lines?
We got lines.
We're 5 everybody.
Okay, now before we jump back into the action, I want to take a quick second to let you guys in on a bit of house ruling that I've decided to do.
Okay.
In an effort to make action points and milestones a bit more useful.
Milestone.
Yeah, I think Mark is running a separate but like a different experiment on his own for action points and milestones. The official rules say that when you reach a milestone, you get another action point. You can only use one per encounter, and then when you take an extended rest, you reset to 1. I don't find that very useful. If you're getting into an encounter that is big enough and bad enough that you're using your action point, the chance of you hitting another encounter that day
is highly unlikely.
Fairly slim. And, you know, the chance of getting into 2 encounters back-to-back where you can use your 2 action points and having one of those be a milestone, it's just, it doesn't work very well. And if you get your action point, oh, we take an extended rest? Oh, damn, I lost it. So unless you're doing like a dungeon crawl where you're going from battle to battle to battle to battle, it doesn't really work very well. So here's what I propose. You reach a milestone, you still get an action point, but the points stick and they stack. So they stay on you even through extended rest. Now when you burn through them, you only ever reset back to 1. So if I've got 2 action points, I use them both, I reset back to 1 after an extended rest. Okay? The other thing is, I'm going to let you guys use up to 2 of them per battle instead of just 1.
Okay, so if we end up banking them, we can use 2 of them in a certain encounter type
That's
thing.
right. You guys can go ahead and bank your way up to 6 if you want, but you're only ever going to be able to use 2 per battle.
Cool.
But still, what it lets you guys do is have more double actions. It makes up for those days where the rolls aren't going your way.
I know those days all too well.
What are those days we like, Jen?
Right. And
those days from every other game I'm in except this one because I can roll twice.
and
From now I'm only playing Avenger. That's it.
Now you'll be able to roll twice, take an action point, roll twice again if you want to.
So much rolling.
So yeah, but that does mean I may make some of your encounters a bit harder from that point forward because I figure that you guys are going to be taking double actions. So you can all write down that the warehouse was a milestone. You guys now have another action point. I don't think any of you actually burned through an action point at the warehouse.
No, I don't think we did.
I believe you're all at an action point. Now, I wanted to ask a quick question that you guys can decide as a group before we move forward. After the warehouse, you guys went back to the tavern. You found Uncle Steve. Riswin gave him a potion, went to the healers, and I said that it was touch and go all night. The healers worked on him all night and stabilized him. What I want to know is, did you guys stay there? Did you stay there in shifts? Did you go home and rest? Are you guys extended rested, despite the fact that Uncle Steve was at the healers all night? So you guys can sort of figure it out.
The answer to that would be a resounding no, because they said there's a special magical flower that we need to fix them.
They didn't say that till morning. So, but yes, I'm getting to that where basically as soon as they said that, Ruckus took off like a bat out of hell and just...
Yeah, Riswin did the same
there
thing.
Was no bat out of hell, just...
Yeah.
There was no
the two
question
of them just sort of went
happening.
pretty much.
Right. So, over the span of the night, how did you guys handle
I think over the evening we probably would have done shifts so that we could each get rest because we were somewhat worn down from that fight.
Yeah.
So that way we still get the extended rest. We were at least somebody was always there. Something ever would happen.
Screen fade out. Rizwin doing laps
Yeah.
in the hallway. Then screen fade out,
same.
and then Margie doing the laps. And screen fade out, and Ruckus snoring.
Yeah, it's not hard
It'd
for
just
Clank
be
to get an
fake
extended
news,
rest
like-
either.
Yeah.
4 hours of, like, he could be there waiting
Well,
for
Frank
somebody to bring
technically-
with news anyway.
Yeah, and technically Marzi can do the same thing because she can meditate as an Eldrin.
Yep.
Heal,
Yeah.
heal, heal your blood.
Gently all night long.
All right. So,
To my happy song.
alright, so we begin with the intro as usual. Last week, our adventurers made their way to an old warehouse on the edge of the inner city. After a failed attempt to engage the hired door guards in useful conversation, our heroes entered, SWAT team style, rappelling and flying down from an opening in the roof, as well as storming through the side door. Inside, they found members of the Order of the Gilded Claw performing a dark transference ritual on a Bloodseeker drink, aiming to imbue the assumed head of the Order with powers from its essence. Despite the complete defeat and destruction of the ritualists, cultists, chaplain, and the sacrificial drake itself, the head of the Order escaped, summoning a magical green dragon from the ether, busting through the stone wall of the warehouse and flying off into the distance. The successful clearing of the warehouse revealed gold and magical treasures for the party, but the success was short-lived. On returning to the tavern, Uncle Steve was found beaten, unconscious, and ferociously bitten by something. Quick action by Risswin with a healing potion likely saved his life, and the hard work of the Vale's healers through the night got him stabilized. But the bite was no common animal bite. A magical poison injected into his body through teeth or fangs now threatens to leave Uncle Steve comatose forever as our heroes rush out in search of an antidote. Welcome back to Stewardvale.
Now, was that ritual supposed to imbue the guy with the black armor or the other dude that was standing off to the side? So I thought last
I can't remember what your Arcana roll was.
We all had the
One had something.
Jim had crap.
Oh, right. That's what it was. That was the one. Jim didn't roll, and the rest of you, yes. So, you guys, since you got an all decent understanding, you do understand that the power was supposed to be transferred to the guy with the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
The big badass dude.
Yeah.
I think for some reason I'm thinking that either I heard wrong or maybe you had said it at one point. I thought you had said that it was the chaplain, not the guy with the dragon.
Well,
that doesn't make any
initially,
sense.
before we did the detection...
We thought it was the chaplain?
It could have been either.
Oh, okay.
Because...
It was Badass McBatterton. Okay, good.
Yeah.
He's the big bad of the adventure.
Yes.
If you guys had rolled... If any of you had rolled slightly lower, your understanding of the battle would have been flawed and would have changed. And so one of the other things that I wrote is basically if you rolled between 10 and 15 on your Arcana check, you would totally think that you were giving the power to the chaplain.
Okay, that's...
And then if you rolled below 10, you were under the impression that you guys killing the Drake is what summoned that dragon.
I see.
I had interesting little things, but
nice.
Decent understanding and full understanding. You both get the main details, which is that the power was, most of it was going to end up
on the big guy.
On the big guy, but the reason he managed to rope the chaplain into it is by making the chaplain think that he was getting all the power from it.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. So the chaplain would have gotten some, 10% of the power or something, and the big guy would have got the rest. So.
Chaplain's like, "Oh, powerful." The guy's like, "Yes. Yes, you
That's
are.
what happened.
You go and fight those guys now."
Sure.
Yeah.
BRB.
Yes, and
you handle these guys. You're strong.
In the case that the Drake had managed to be sacrificed, the chaplain would have become more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cuckoo.
So you guys are in mid-dash. Ruckus took off like a bat out of hell as soon as he heard the words Remedy, Wizard's Tower, and Southwest. The rest of you aren't too far behind, with the addition of a few more details about where the tower is rumored to have been, and that nobody has been there or been able to find it in years. So, are you guys doing anything on your way out of the city? If not, I'm just going to assume that you guys take off and go.
Assume that we grab our basic travel necessities.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that we know of in this town that's like, Old Man McGraw kind of might know about this tower kind of thing?
Steve?
It's basically Uncle Steve that you guys know of.
He's not doing too hot right now.
Possibly one of the advisors on the inner circle of the Duke. But you guys yourselves don't actually know anybody who's that.
It's possible
that old around here.
Anybody who would know is off to the war already.
Yeah.
Now the healers, they know about as much as anybody else.
Might.
Yeah, anyone might. Which is that they've given you a direction and the roads that are supposed to lead there. But the last that they heard, people following those roads weren't able to find it. But they're sure that if you follow these roads, that's where it used to be, or that's where it's supposed to be. So that's. You can even see it on maps. It is still listed on maps, despite the fact that apparently people follow these maps and don't end up anywhere. So you guys are fairly sure of the direction, anyway, that you're going. So we'll say that you quickly grab your main stuff and then catch up to Ruckus as you head out.
Who always carries his main stuff.
That's right. He's got pots and pans and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
You leave the town through the main gate and travel south with urgency at your step. You pass through the farms on the outskirts of the Vale and make your way to the forest to the south along the main path. You travel past the road that splits off for the monastery and continue southward towards the port city. I'd like everyone to roll nature.
I am so not a Viking there.
Jim is.
Yeah, you are very much a Viking, Nick.
I did surprisingly well for having a 1.
if it's a 1, it doesn't matter what your mod
Okay,
is. That's still
We're all
critical fail.
apparently Vikings today.
Okay.
No,
well,
I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
you rolled a 17. Oh.
Yeah.
And then what did it become?
Oh, I rolled a 16 and it became a 17.
There we go.
It's a +1.
Okay. So you guys walk well enough that as you're going down the main path to the south, you easily manage to find the path that leads off to the west as per the maps. But the thing is that most people would have walked right by it. You guys, you saw it right away. But it is...
I rolled a natural 20, Jim rolled a 19.
Oh, I didn't know that, but even with Jens, that was a success. I didn't make that a hard DC, so nature-wise, you guys got that. Because I also looked at the nature checks on skills on all of you guys, and you don't have a lot. So I figured if I made it a 19, you'd never find it.
20.
So the path is heavily overgrown with weeds, vines, nettles, and grasses. It is obvious that no one has come this way in a very long time. You push forward. Progress is slow in the overgrowth, but you are all very determined to push forward. Everyone roll endurance.
This is where I am a Viking.
This is where I'm the frail elf.
Apparently not today.
What have we got?
What is the endurance roll
15.
for?
You'll see in a sec.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
14.
Yep.
17.
Okay. And Nick?
Ruckus.
13, but I'm checking to see what my mod is. So 18.
18. Okay. So lowest roll was Marzia.
Marzipan.
All right. Marzia, as night begins to fall, you realize that you are completely exhausted, which with each step, you feel more and more like your feet are lead bricks. It is getting difficult to follow this path in the darkness because it's so overgrown. That part's for all of you. It's getting difficult to follow the path because it's so overgrown. So night is falling. You guys can press forward if you want, but if you don't stop in camp, it will become more and more difficult to endure this trek and navigate these woods. So,
I'm going to start getting very vocal about stopping for the night.
Stop, stop, stop. I got a headache.
I can't feel my toes.
we should make camp. Awesome guitar solo. Okay, so Marzia's making noises about stopping and making camp and being exhausted. You guys, what do you say? I mean, you know what's on the line. It's up to you if you guys want to make camp or power forward.
This is, sorry, how much time has passed?
Okay, sorry, I guess because our session is shorter today and we started later, and I have so much I want to get through, I'm kind of trying to push, but yes.
It's like 6 hours to shut up, Mersey. We're going anyway.
An entire day's travel has happened.
Okay.
It was early in the morning, just around dawn, when the medics told you guys that, we've got him stable, but you guys need to go find this wizard. You took off right away. So as you're leaving town, the sun is coming up over the horizon, over the trees. And you've gone an entire day's worth of walking. The sun is now starting to set. And you've been going at as fast a pace as you can comfortably go.
Oh.
Did the medics give us a time frame of how much time we had to get this flower? Or did we bolt up before we even got that?
You didn't get a time frame. They said the word stabilized, but you don't know what that means. And none of you rolled a health check to see.
Yeah.
None of us could
exactly
have got
what
any
that
real information anyway.
Yeah.
I rolled S.
So the information you have, as far as you guys can figure, he may not ever wake up if you don't get back with this stuff, but you don't know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But we did get
As far as we know, yeah, he's okay.
Stabilized.
He's at a point where he's okay enough to.
All right. Well,
So
Clank will accede to Marzia's whining.
Yay.
no, I know myself. I'm getting kind of exhausted because I'm short and
I'm
portly.
just the
So
one who's
Clank is breaking trail, so
I'm assuming Ruckus is also breaking trail.
There was a trail.
there is behind us. You look behind us. It's just Clank and Ruckus have been walking side by side with their arms out.
Perfect in the grass.
yeah, there are grooves.
That's right. Oh boy. So okay, so you guys are gonna make camp.
yeah, I'll make some camp.
All right.
Yeah, this
Need to
Pinky
eat.
wants to.
All right. So I don't know what you guys brought with you for food, but
Drake.
Drake.
of course you brought Drake.
Luckily, Clank is not subjected to Ruckus's half-pounded
Salted Drake.
salt.
Not well cooked.
Ruckus is a little bit preoccupied with thoughts about Uncle Steve.
I throw it up. Although technically it's a 10, but I still rolled a 1.
Yes.
So I am not feeling too hot.
You threw that right up.
I'm disappointed, Ruckus.
I eat it without noticing the taste. I'm too distraught and tired to care.
Tired. Okay.
Ruckus don't eat.
All right. Anything?
He's smart enough not to eat the food that's bad.
Try this. Blah. Try this.
Fair enough.
Clank is more and more glad that he does not have to eat.
Where's my... Here it is.
Where's the elephant?
Where's my elephant song again?
Okay. Everybody but Clank burns a healing surge.
Damn.
From Ruckus's whole...
From Ruckus's...
You all have acid reflux.
And then we have an 8-hour rest.
Now, before you guys rest, is there anything special you're doing with the camp? Are you going to put it, right on this main trail so you don't lose it? Are you going to go off, the trail a little bit? You guys don't really figure anybody's coming by here, but just in case.
Stay on the trail. Right?
Yeah, I think stay on the trail because anything that comes up against us, I'm pretty confident that we can take care of.
Sounds good.
Camp on the trail.
You're on watch.
Oh no, we lowered again.
Why did that be gold plated and lowered?
So yeah, Clank is always willing to be on watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally, it doesn't matter. He just goes into sort of a low-powered state where he's just as observant as he has in any other time.
Right. Now, I'm going to say that... okay, so we're on first watch. You guys have put up a camp. Are you leaving the fire going?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Rail, squishy, meat sacks get cold in the night.
Clanky's on watch.
That they do. Okay, Clank, since you're actively looking around to make sure that nothing is coming at the party... Yeah.
Scanning.
I just picture him like, those radar things that spin around on the top of ships.
And drawn the magnificent.
How did you know my one weakness?
So, Nick, I would like you to roll perception. I want an active perception check on this one.
Ooh, that's not bad.
15.
You don't have any
God!
I don't have any bonuses to perception.
Well, that's still that's better than it could have been.
That's still not bad.
Thank God it wasn't a 1. On closer inspection, I am now wearing loafers.
These are loafers. Okay, give me a quick sec to do some.
On close inspection, these are loafers.
Okay. Alright, so let's clear this out of the way. We don't need this right now.
I attack the obelisk.
If you guys...
The obelisk of Coca.
Yes.
We get to draw our campfire.
Yes.
Here's a little sun. It's happy.
Yes, well, actually, I would like you guys to draw your own campsite, because you guys set it up. So let's say...
Well, don't let me draw it. It'll be a pretty shoddy campsite.
Well, you know the drawing things, and so do you, Jen, so draw us a campsite.
Oh, God.
Fire some bedrolls.
Make sure to put some barbed wire fences and...
Rainbows and unicorns for all! And unicorns shooting rainbows!
What was the last word?
It's perfect!
It's perfect.
Riding into the sunset.
Those rainbow-colored glue
And there's a
come from
backdrop.
Yes.
Unicorns who could no
They go
longer
to the
race.
rainbow glue factory.
At
It's
least
the
when they
most
die,
colorful,
there's an awesome
sparkly
guitar
blue
solo.
If you can draw like the fire somewhere.
Right here in the middle, I guess.
It'd be in one square.
Oh, fine.
We do not have a 20-foot fire.
We do, we're
Don't
amazing.
we though?
Yes. Fire is about 1 square bedrolls, or say 2.
We are very tall.
we are.
Oh, we are.
You and I are both 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Bedroll.
Yay, bedrolls.
Clank doesn't even have a bedroll.
Clank does not have a bedroll.
No, this is true.
So put a squat spot then.
Yes.
Little cushion
Yes!
I feel so comfortable.
With happy color.
with happy colors.
Happy color. He is so pretty. He has a yellow pillow. For good measure. Because he's classy.
Yeah.
Hooray, I'm tiny.
I am the snorer.
And that's why I'm on the opposite side of the fire.
Okay.
Classy.
That means the flames just go towards you with bad breath.
No.
Clank,
Oh god!
How have you ever been here?
So, Clank the tank is the gray one over there.
Yes.
Everyone is there.
He's a green and the rest of us are white.
Yes.
You know what this is? Whatever's coming to attack us is annoyed by the snoring.
Here, a mile away.
Drags
forest.
If it's some form of animal, it's breakfast.
Is that you, Jim?
Yes.
Yes,
The big one.
Yes.
So,
It's making the most noise.
Yes.
It smells the most appetizing, I'm sure.
Just want to make sure.
Ooh. Maybe not appetizing is the right word.
I pictured some like starving wolf coming up and being like, clank.
Just gums now.
That's exactly how that works. Okay. So,
Just powders.
Yeah, just powder falls out.
surprise attack round.
Oh no.
Stealthy bastards.
They are.
Yeah, super stealthy.
There. Say those are
Probably
probably like.
You didn't even hear them coming. This is like the Gray.
Oh god, no!
There we go.
Where's Liam Neeson to say this?
Liam Neeson's instead of that one guy that went in the fire.
He can only do so much.
None of the wolves were his daughter.
That's right.
Therefore, it did not matter.
Yes, but you all have a special set of skills.
I used them to stab wolves.
I use snore. It's super
I used
effective.
oblivious guard.
Apparently.
15 is a fine roll. I'm surprised I didn't detect anything.
Wolves attack on first watch. Seen if active perception is greater than 15. Yep.
Does anyone give bonus to perception?
I have
through
a
their
+5.
no, through your being a
Through
fruity
being
elf.
awesome? No.
Curses.
I'm a dwarf.
Okay.
No.
So we're gonna go.
Sheer power of being
We're basically
does
gonna
not
go
confer any
starting
bonuses
at
to
alley
anyone else.
clockwise.
Cool.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
You guys can sort of help me keep track of those. That'd be great.
I wasn't paying attention, so they'll have to do it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We're good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
we got
first one to
we got
attack
this.
a sleeping Jim. Yeah, okay. If you're sleeping, are you counted as prone?
Yes.
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 I do not sleep standing.
That
And also, in a surprise round, you're always considered to be
you're
granting combat
advantage. This is specific in its wording. Specifically prone.
It says prone specifically.
Yeah, against a prone target.
If you are lying down, you are prone.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it is because you are asleep.
Okay. Ruckus, you wake up rather rudely to the growls of two wolf pack mates, they're called, as they sink their teeth into one of them into your leg and the other one into your other leg, and they try to play tug of war with you.
What a jerk.
My junk!
Rude awakening.
You take a grand total of 12 damage.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Damn wolves.
That one might. No. Okay. Clank. Despite not seeing the wolves when they came in, as soon as you see the ones that are attacking Jim, you turn around. You see two wolves lunge at you. You dodge to the side for one. You smack the other one away.
Ninja!
So this one actually gets sort of, you smack this one backhanded, whap, and just go back, and off it goes. So it actually sort of moves over that way. The other one's there. That's good. And then these guys, we're going to go, let me double check movement speeds.
Definitely more than 3.
Yeah. So, but it's difficult terrain outside of the campsite. We should actually draw that in.
Yeah, because we're on the trail.
Sorry.
That one of the wolves was killed by a giant panic.
Excellent. The tree
Two
falls
squares
down.
out from each person. No, 2, like here, and then 2 squares out. So that's here. You know what I mean? So, because you guys sort of patted down and cleared an area where you guys were
Suitable
going to
for
sleep.
resting.
So yeah, there and there. Okay, well,
Good enough.
good enough.
It's still a square.
Anything outside that is difficult terrain. So this is going to be 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6. That one can stay there, and 2, 3, 4. That one there. Those. Okay, starting with number 1, which is over by. That's really short. I'm going to assume it's Allie.
Where's he at?
Wait.
Where's the party on?
You should technically
Allie,
also
what's
get
your
a
AC
perception
again?
roll.
Sorry.
16.
You're 16.
You
Okay.
meditate.
I
She
do
wasn't
meditate,
necessarily
but
doing that,
it's
though.
not necessarily paying attention. Although my passive perception is 15.
Your passive perception is 15?
Yes. 15.
Riswin, you take 10 damage.
Oh, jeez.
These guys are hungry little things.
They are. Cool. That's not cool at all.
Jim, you take another 6. Clank, you take 10. And Marzia, who's been relatively unscathed so far, you take 7 damage. Everybody roll initiative.
Kind of wish I'd rolled that for an attack.
Wow.
Jim's
Wow.
going first.
Well, let's just say you woke up and you're ready to go.
Clank's not going first.
You have beef against these guys.
No, they're going to be kind of beef.
Hooray, breakfast!
Wolf burgers.
Pack mates.
Wolf sausage. Yeah, we used some Robin eggs.
All right, what do we got for
Sausages for breakfast.
22.
22?
He's very weak.
Marcus, 22. Clank, what have you got?
5.
Okay, Riswin,
16.
16. Marzia.
7.
All right, so yes, you will definitely be starting there. Marzia is up next. Next worst. The packmates are next.
I love how they're marked by various types of booze.
Well, you guys work in a tavern. I thought it'd be a great idea.
It is awesome. I love it.
I thought that was a robot head for the longest time, though.
Really?
Yeah, from this angle, it just looks like a robot head.
Which one? The keg?
keg.
The
The
keg.
keg. Yeah, I was like,
That's awesome.
why is that a robot head? And I'm like, oh, it's a keg.
The minions were
Shot glasses,
And
beer
then-
bottles,
the grey
a pitcher, and a
wolves.
keg.
So they're here.
And a robot head.
And they're
And a robot.
14. Riswin 16. And Ruckus 22. All right. Ruckus, my friend, you are up.
Okay. I stand up.
That's a move
I
action.
use my minor action to pick up one of my crag hammers. I sacrifice my standard action to pick up my second crag hammer. My turn is done.
No, I'm going to say that because you're proficient with your crag hammers and you always wield 2, I'm going to say picking up both your crag hammers is 1 pickup weapon action.
Okay.
Throw us off.
Well, at that point, I'm going to use Warrior Surge on Mr. Minion that's in front of me and is a jerk and bit my leg. The first one.
There, he bite your leg.
How dare he?
16.
So that's going to be a 22, I believe. Yes, 22 versus AC.
Yeah, 22 versus AC.
So he takes strength modifier damage, plus 4, is dead.
Yeah. So you.
Spending
That's
his
number
surge.
2.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I get a healing surge, so back up to 20. And then I'm going to use my whirling lunge to shift. And then punch this one in the face for strength damage.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, for 1 weapon damage. So he's dead too.
Oh, that's part of your ability where
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get one,
Yes.
you shift.
I killed
Yeah,
something.
okay.
Once
I
he
kill
kills
something
something, he
else.
can trigger. He has an encounter power to trigger that gives him
Yeah.
the ability to shift
To
over
hit
and,
something
and
else.
hit something else automatically.
Hooray, wolf
Okay.
meat.
So,
And the reply is pretty much breakfast.
so
Very accurate.
in
Yep.
in ways that you've never seen an orc move before, he semi-gracefully but really scarily, in one sort of sweeping motion, stands up, grabs both crag hammers. As he's picking up the first one, he goes up with it, uppercuts that first wolf, and it just yipe, and goes backwards about 3 squares, lands lifeless, and then picks up the second crag hammer and just backhands it right into the side of that wolf, and it just topples right over.
How long has it been into our rest when this happens, by the way?
This is on first watch.
Okay.
So you guys have not had a chance to actually have an extended rest
3
here,
hours.
but you haven't had any encounters today, and you said you did have an extended
Yeah,
rest.
we slept last night, so we're good.
So you guys have all your dailies, you have all your powers and all of that, your action points and everything. Well, 2 action points in this case. So you're
Or
all,
1 action point and 1 milestone.
Yeah.
Which
the
is
milestone
sort of-
gives you an action point.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, all right, Riswin.
Well, I wake up.
Yeah.
Mine
That was
actually
not
grab your
cool.
weapon.
Yep.
So,
I don't have to do any of that crap.
That's a minor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
thanks for.
You don't get roll twice.
Nope, that's okay. I
Watch you
will.
roll 20.
I will use Bond of Pursuit on the wolf in front of me.
Sounds good.
Activate your bondage pursuit.
That is 17 versus AC.
That is a hit. Roll some damage.
Oof.
Another
9.
rough and brutal.
Yep.
9.
9
If you
damage.
had rolled 1 less, you would have been able to re-roll your damage.
Just give me a second here.
That's still not 3, it's still 9 damage.
All right, and that's on number 1.
Jesus fuck.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Fucking Avengers, man. True striker.
Oh, big time, yeah.
So you take you stand up, you grab your axe, you take a nice swing with it, and you cut its ear off. And a bit of blood comes down the side of its face, and it lets out a bit of a yelp, and then growls at you.
Gur yelps are the worst yelps.
Yeah, it is not terribly happy about that. Okay, so next up, blue creatures.
Blue as a color.
I'm still technically prone.
You are still technically prone. Look at that. But you took the least damage in the first round, so I think that's fair. Okay, so first it's going to be the one that Ellie just took the ear off of.
Where was was it 1, 2, 3, 4?
That's
was
correct.
That
Yeah. Starts at Ellie, goes clockwise.
Okay.
Just a note, Clank. Next time you're supposed to wake us before the attack.
Okay, so
We're learning.
single ear there takes a lunge at Riswin, and Riswin goes, "I'm awake now." Right to the side.
Nice.
Dance moves.
Yes,
Woven dance.
that's magic.
Oh, God.
Marzia, what's your? Oh no, it's
It's the Eye Wolves.
It's Ruckus next. So
The eye wolves.
Ruckus, it goes to the wolf that's near you is a gray wolf. It goes to take a bite out of your shin and gets nothing but pant.
My pants.
I have pants?
Apparently you do.
Apparently you have pants.
Lucky you.
Bit some of the fur
Until
off
you-
of one of my shin guards. That's what it did.
There you go. See, you didn't say to Ali earlier what you're wearing, so I just was like, oh, you have some
Picture,
sort of
picture the
trousers.
equivalent of like Conan the Barbarian equipment.
Okay, so you're talking like
Loincloth and not much else.
Loincloth
and like the
And like the
boots.
fur boots.
Yeah, fur
The
boots.
boots
Okay,
with
yeah.
the fur.
So
Yeah.
the boots.
And just something to attach hammers
And
to on
2
the back.
clubs.
That's it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
much
thinking-
have
I'm
that
thinking-
chest harness thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking like leather straps that like go around the back that have.
If
the
anything,
holes
John,
there.
it would be the straps that go like this, and then the holders would be on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like all barrel chest in the front with a loincloth, pretty much.
Fair
Shows
enough.
those scars and tribal tattoos with pride.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, well, part
And
of
an
the
apron
fur,
over that when he's cooking.
part of the fur on one of your boots.
Fancy boots.
Yeah, it just got bitten off.
Bitten.
It'll be replaced.
Oh, with that fur, with that animal's fur.
Fair, brand new wolf.
Okay, this one's against Clank.
New helmet.
All right.
You just peeled it off the skull.
But it's still alive.
Not anymore. It's not.
Just grab the jaws and pull.
Oh god.
This is Ruckus we're talking about.
This is true.
Still warm.
Fucking orcs.
What's your HP at right now?
21.
Okay.
Not for long.
So,
Love with the DMS. That. What's your HP at?
and
Oh, not anymore.
are you right or left-handed? Just flavor-wise.
Right.
Okay. So that wolf jumps up, grabs your left wrist, and basically yanks on it so hard. You know when you get a dog on the end of a rope and you're play fighting and, and he's going back and forth? He does that with your arm and actually like unsockets it a little bit.
Yeah.
For 11 damage. You can put this back in after the fight, but for now, your left arm is not going to be terribly useful.
I can fix myself.
You can't.
I'm not going to have you take any penalties unless you do something that would require a two-handed anything.
I do an acrobat. No.
Pretty much. But yes, 11 damage that was.
Ow.
I can put my arm back on. You can't. So
Which one was that?
That was the blue one.
Okay.
It's all the
Thanks to
right
safety
now.
robot
Yeah,
now.
the blue ones are moving
Yep.
right now. Okay, so
Little bit of
poor
safety
prone
robots
Marcia.
So prone.
Oh my gosh, she's missing her head now. There's just a wolf there.
Poor dead Marcia. We knew her well.
And now it's a wolf wearing a wig.
Poor prone Marcia. Oh, sorry. Forgot. Yeah.
Something wrong with Marcia? I don't know.
You are bloody lucky. 9 damage.
Bloody is the first part of that sentence.
Yes.
Not as bloody as me.
I'm sorry, I just got the image of this fucking wolf and Marzia's close.
Exactly.
Trying to play
Bloody wig.
Yeah, trying to play as Marzia, using the loot and everything.
With the paws.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Clank. You
Building.
want to look over the screen to...
Stop killing me.
Stop killing me. At least I'm not prone.
Thankfully, that so criticals work the same way on.
Yeah,
Full
they
damage
just-
on minions.
They just do full damage. So minions.
Minions don't really benefit from crits.
It's not the blues aren't minions, so that is 11
That wasn't the
damage.
blue though.
That wasn't a blue, that was a white.
Oh right, sorry.
Boink.
3 wonderful damage.
Woo, 3 damage.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Thank goodness that wasn't a blue. Yeah, and that would be a miss. So the first one. Yay! Yeah.
Wake up and heal the tank.
Pretty much.
And maybe yourself.
So the first one tries to bite into your leg, but kind of like realizes it's metal and just manages to sort of scratch and whatnot. It doesn't really damage terribly much. The second one said, I can do better than that. Bites in and damn near breaks a tooth. Thinks better of it. Let's go. 0 damage on the second one. Marzia, you're not up yet.
It's your turn.
That's my move action.
Da-da-da-doo.
I'm gonna use face step to teleport over here.
She's like, oh.
Yes.
It's a good
Still
idea.
technically, no, technically.
I think during face step we can say that
I
she
can
gets her ass
right
up.
myself.
Fair
Teleportation
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean you stay in the same position you were in,
That's
or
right.
else Bamf Strike.
Minor action, majestic word.
Yay! How much
So
health
you
do I
get to
recover?
heal a spending surge +4.
Heal
I
a
love
spending
healing
surge?
spending surges. This is the best.
enough. He's going shopping.
Awesome. It's that damn wolf.
It's the wolf.
Heal his spending search.
I
So
I heal-
turn to Scooby Doo.
It only makes sense.
Scooby-Doo's a dog.
So I heal by surge +4.
Surge +4.
So that's 11.
Nice.
I heal.
amount.
One down. And with my standard, I'm gonna second wind.
Okay.
So I'm less hurt.
Clank, your turn to do some damage.
I'm going to shift over here
Yep.
Good plan.
and use Dance of the Sword.
That's your area of effect.
It
Sounds
is
dancy and swordy.
Very dancy and swordy. Yes.
That makes some
Go
sense.
Clank!
Yeah. So it's burst 2. So that hits 1, 2, everybody. All these, right?
Second one
Is it creatures or enemies?
1, 2.
Enemies in the burst.
Each enemy in burst.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits all 4 of those.
All right.
Very nice.
You have to roll a hit for every individual enemy. It's
Your dazzling display of swordplay and magic captivates your foe and causes them to neglect combat tactics and opportunities.
Sorry, no. It's you roll one to hit, and you roll damage for each enemy.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So rolling the hit.
That is a 2.
That is likely to miss.
What's it become when modified?
Add it up.
Yeah, I guess it is versus. It's 7 versus will, but still, that's not going to hit.
Total 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Sadly, no.
There's still a miss though.
Yeah, so that does half damage, and until the end of my next turn, the target cannot make opportunity attacks or shift.
Minions are still not hurt by misses, even if
Yeah.
it's half damage. So
They don't
the
take
2
any
blue
damage.
guys take half of whatever the damage.
How does
is.
it work for minions?
Minions never get hit on
Yeah,
a miss.
it actually just says...
Minions
right on.
ignore missed damage on the area of
Yeah.
attack.
It
you
says
can't.
it says minion HP 1. A missed attack never damages a minion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Roll some
so
damage. Awesome, good.
8.
Yay.
Nice.
Ooh. So that's
3 against number 3 there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 13 in half. So
Yeah.
6.
and then 8.
And then 4 damage.
4 damage.
So 6 damage on 3, and 4 damage on 4.
Not bad for a miss.
That's pretty good for a miss, actually. Yeah.
Pretty
Could have been better.
Okay.
And then I'm considering whether or not I should. I'm going to action point and second wind at that point.
Remember that you do have a
Very
healing
And I
potion.
have.
Remember that you do have a healing potion, which is
Yeah.
a minor action.
So you step forward and you raise up your khopesh, and a swirling wind of colored arcana surrounds you and lashes out at the wolves all around you. It sort of wafts over the two minions, and they don't seem hurt, but the larger gray wolves definitely take that to heart. They squat back on their hind legs and growl as they take damage.
Okay, so I'm going to.
It's an at-will minor action.
I'm going to mark
Big blue.
that guy, let's say. Or actually, let's mark that guy.
Fair.
And then, like I said, I burn my action point to healing surge. Does that give? It gives a bonus, right?
It does.
You get a
Yes.
+2 to your saves, I believe. Is
+2
on the
on
sheet.
+2 to all defenses.
Yeah, it's defensive,
Yeah,
isn't it?
until
Yeah,
the
but
start
if-
of your next turn.
If you use an action point to do it,
If you use an action point to do a healing surge, I thought that there was a.
No, that's only if you have a feat, I think.
That's what I remember. It's my cleric.
oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting hit points equal to your surge value, so that takes me up to 26.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Yay!
And it gives me a +2 bonus to all my defenses.
Very good.
Now I'm done.
Riswin, time to ask them wolves a question.
Really?
Yes.
I believe it's
No, it's
Ruckus.
Ruckus first.
Sorry, I had already reset it, but then they kept talking and I lost my track.
Shift.
That's
quite all right.
Other
This
things.
is why we have the turn markers.
John
You're
is immune to
fantabulous.
turn markers.
No, everybody, so all of us can keep track.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Whirling Rend on the one that is in front of Rizwin.
Ooh!
That's a 23.
Nice!
I guess it's hit.
Oh yeah, roll some damage.
Okay. If you must.
If you wish.
Okay, so that's going to be 10 damage.
10
And I hit
damage.
someone, and I hit an enemy next to me that's not the target. Nope.
10 damage to which one?
This guy.
Rizwin's target.
Ah, okay,
Number
so
one.
that would be number 1. Takes, you said 10?
Yep.
Number 1 favorite wolf.
Second favorite son.
Second favorite son.
Okay, that wolf in front of Rizwin is looking pretty beat up as your crag hammer smacks it upside the head and sends it spinning in its spot. It regains its composure, but you don't think that it's hearing anything other than right now.
That's because that's the sound Marzia's making back there.
It's a sustained note.
That's right.
Stop using your note on us! Bleeding ears. Sorry, guys!
Also, Marzia's
It's that damn wolf that
Yeah.
took her place.
Rizwin, you're up. Ask them a question.
God.
Been replaced.
Yep. I'm going to make that guy mouth. Because he's in front of me and I can do that now. And I will attack him with Bond of Pursuit again.
Okay.
The power of bondage.
Roll twice, just in case.
Right.
Did you roll twice last time?
No, because I didn't have him marked. Alright, so that's 12.
Right.
Plus,
So 18 versus AC.
I hit last time.
See, that is a hit. Roll some damage.
Come on, not a 3.
Yay, 5!
5! So 11. 11 damage.
11 on number 1.
Oh, bad.
Not bad at all.
I want that freaking 6 of like 18 damage.
So you figure that their wolves talking at them is not really going to do it. So you just growl back at it, imitating what it was doing, and it's like, "Oh God, that's terrifying."
You speak wolf!
Oh,
And then yeah,
should we make that kind of noise?
you don't hit him with the broadside of the blade. You lift your axe up and you hit him with the hilt straight on the head, right, bonk, and send his head down to the ground. He sort of makes his way back up, but it's you can tell he's shaky on his legs. This is not going
He's like,
very well for this wolf.
This wolf didn't think this through.
Stupid wolves.
This wolf thought you would be much squishier than you seem to be. All right.
It's because of the Jubilees.
Well, they saw me go squish, so
Yeah. They thought all of us go squish.
yeah.
You were wrong. So wrong.
Yeah. So, it may be really wobbly on its feet, but one thing that still works are its teeth. It jumps forward
Its
and
balls.
grabs you in the hip for... Hold on, I should probably... Where is It takes a chunk of flesh out of the side of your hip for 9 damage.
Ooh. Ouchies. That's not cool at all.
Okay, so this one here is going to go 5-foot step.
Good.
So you're bloody.
Good.
I'm definitely bloodied. I have no magical powers when I'm bloodied.
Oh. Well, I can heal you, or you can take a potion.
I actually can, as a minor, use my second wind because of dwarven
That's
resilience.
You are a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I have means of healing myself.
Aye, what of it?
Aye, what of it?
You're bloody last turn.
Aye, what of it?
Ruckus.
Yes.
That wolf lunges forward at you, jumps up, and sinks his claws into your neck and tries to bite your face. You turn, it misses, still sinks its teeth into your neck a little bit before falling off for 8 damage.
Okay.
Jim is glad that he used his second wind.
I didn't use second one yet. That was just me punching him for help. I got angry.
Punching for help, that's awesome.
I'm healing off your pain.
5-foot step.
They can't use 5-foot steps.
Oh, right, because these guys are all... Okay.
Yep.
So,
They cannot use opportunity attacks or
Or shift.
shift.
4 shifts.
So they
Until
have to
the end
do-
of my turn.
They do a full movement, pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter in this
And
case.
well, yeah, it does a full movement, but it... Oh, I
Because
guess
he's
that
not
doesn't-
he's not initially threatened, so it doesn't.
Oh,
really-
right, okay,
Yeah.
so he can...
He can
make that
move up there, but it takes him all of his movement.
I'm gonna make you face the threats, because you did fire something at them. Just for
Well,
a
it's
second.
actually it's like me running around with my sword out, trying to cut and missing.
Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! With one arm going like.
Remember, my AC is
Playing
22.
around.
Right, because you've got the bonus from... Okay. So... Was it Defender wins?
No, defender loses.
loses.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, Clank, you are... that wolf, seeing as it, doesn't feel like being sneaky, it also lunges at you and decides to take another
gets
grab at
deserted.
that swingy
second
arm of
one.
yours on the left there. And it
So that I was
does...
less hurt.
Hold on, just want to double check. 9 damage.
Okay.
And last but not least, this one here, also going to do...
It's marked.
It is marked.
It is a dumb
And
wolf.
it's marked from the... Yeah, actually,
it's
that's
my
right.
mark.
Oh, I just want to double check here. I'm fairly sure that... Oh, yeah.
It smells the kill of the bloody gears and
Now,
oil.
what it does smell is the bleeding out of its comrade. So it's actually going to make a move here.
Ooh,
And it is going to make an attack against Riswind.
Oh no.
I don't like that plan at all. Terrible plan.
It's a horrible
Well, then you
plan.
shouldn't have beat up on its compatriot.
It bit me first.
That's okay, because when it gets over there, you're just finishing the follow through on that swing. So you've done the bunk, and then you're coming back with the axe, and it almost hits it in the face, and it just basically like shaves a whisker off it, and it's like, ugh! So it stops short of actually attacking you, but it is now right beside you.
Damn it.
There are still some mignon left.
Yeah,
Yep.
some-
2 minions.
Mignon, about to make mignon at the plank.
Yeah. All right.
Unless they go for Marzia, who's still going.
Yeah, this one here is actually going to go
Straight for Marzia.
straight for Marzia, and it will
My
It has to hit
defenses
through
are
your top
higher.
ward, that's
And the second wind.
It's okay, they're only minions. I killed mine in like the first turn.
I'll kill it.
That's because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a minion
yeah.
killer.
Yes.
Okay, so that small
Yeah,
wolf
he's a
pack
killer.
bait, it charges at you, but you see it coming and you just step and away it goes. So it circles around and comes back to its spot. Doesn't do any damage. And then that other one by Clank decides to go for a bit of ankle. Let's see what it gets.
He wants some ankle.
It definitely wants some ankle.
It hasn't figured out that it's not just armor.
It's a Victorian wolf. It likes ankle.
So
Apparently it does.
that
Tails wagging.
that wolf lunges for your ankle and manages to rip a little sprocket off the side.
Nice sprockets.
Yeah. So, yeah. Spring pops out. Sprocket goes sort of
He
like
goes
flying
with
up to the
cool
side.
springs.
It's 6 damage.
My springing cogs.
The minion did 6 damage? How did it do that?
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry, that's 3.
Okay.
Doink.
Again, remembering I have 22 AC, not 20.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
No, that still adds up to 23, so.
Fucking hacks ass minions.
You can see my roll if you'd like. 23.
I do not.
Alright, next up, Marzia.
Doodaloo. Doodaloo.
Clank looks pretty bad. That's all I'm
It
saying.
does look pretty bad. Oh wait, if I move there, I'm still beside someone.
You're still beside someone.
Yeah, it's right here.
God damn it! These guys are everywhere.
Quick, go in the fire.
You're
You're safe there.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stick toward next to that minion. I still have those +2s until the end of my turn, so Majestic Word.
Yay, I heal for Surge +4.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're gonna
That gives
second
me
one on your
another
turn.
+11.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to use my
How many of those
resilience.
do you have?
2. That's it.
Yeah, you have 2.
They're gone.
Plus,
it's potions,
plus
everyone.
everybody but Riswin has a healing potion, and everybody still has 2 action points. So
Not me.
Right.
I action pointed
yeah.
to use burn my second wind.
I'm gonna growl some insults at the minion in front of me. Yeah. 17 versus Will.
Wow.
I somehow managed to
It's
insult
not-
its mother.
It's not the growl that gets it. You try growling for a bit, it's not getting it. You go, oh, I know it's going to go. You take your hand, put it all the way down the fret, and just go, with a really high-pitched sound. These things have good hearing. You heard the crap out of that. So roll some damage.
It's a minion.
It's a minion.
Or, sorry. I was-
Hooray!
7.
Its ears, its head
7
explodes
damage.
from the rock. It was too much rock for the wolf to handle.
Clankety.
Let's see here. I'm going to use Green Flame Blade against the big wolf.
1, 2, 3. Wolf number 3.
15.
Yeah, lots.
23. 22, sorry.
22 versus AC.
Oh, yeah, we'll say that's a hit for sure.
Okay, that'll pop the minion.
And the minion goes on fire.
Oh, Green Flame is an AoE?
Yeah, you deal fire damage equal to your strength to all enemies adjacent to the target. So that pops that stupid friggin' sick-ass minion. And,
Yay.
Ooh, 6.
and 11 damage to the wolf.
Nice.
Okay, that was wolf number 3.
Yep. And I am going to burn my Warforged Resolve, which gives me 3 hit points.
Nice.
Are you counting your gauntlets for your temporary hit points?
I haven't actually done that yet because
He hasn't hit someone that's marked.
I haven't hit anyone that I've marked.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, with his power, he can only mark 1 or 2 people.
Yeah,
Right.
and actually now, in terms of movement, I'm going to move. And I don't care about this guy because he can't attack me.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go, bitch. Come on, chase me.
The marked one.
It'll either chase you, or it'll bite someone else and you teleport to it and hit it.
Exactly.
It's win-win.
Yeah, that'll work.
Alright, that's a full set of motions?
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm done. And burned my minor, or not my minor. Oh no, I did use my
Ruckus.
minor to activate my Warforged Resolve.
I am going to use my daily on Allie's Avenger target.
Then you should totally roll it twice.
Okay.
Roll it twice.
Yeah, do it before.
Yeah.
Roll it twice, because it's nice.
So that's a 17.
And he gets to keep whichever one he prefers?
Yes.
Yep.
No, I think that's 17.
17!
That's a 23 versus
17's a solid
AC.
number.
That definitely hits.
Super solid
Both of
number.
them.
I like that.
Hits both of them.
Yes.
then. Yes.
And they're both now knocked prone.
Oh, you're doing one of your whirligiggers?
I'm going raged.
Mace Tails rage.
He's so pissed off right
He is
now.
angry.
You knock your enemy to the ground and with a slam like a behemoth's heavy tail, and the rage of the mace tail fills you, refreshing you with every blow of your weapon.
So the one in front of Risen takes 10 points of damage. The one beside me takes 12 points of damage, and I gain 8 temporary hit points.
Hooray.
Nice.
The one beside you took 12?
And your dad
Yep.
is not a cell phone.
And your dad is not a cell phone.
Just like
Yeah, the target is each enemy in the burst that you can see, which is burst
Yeah.
1.
So
pretty
everybody
boss.
around you.
First one, wow.
not exactly sure how I not see someone in a burst
yeah.
I
one.
don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm
If it
blind.
was invisible or something.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay, so, Clank, you start off...
That's why I
grab-
have this one.
Or
Ruckus.
Ruckus. Ruckus. You grab your 2 crag hammers.
Got my
you
2
start-
crack hammers.
Two crag hammers. And you start off in this square there, and you just take both of them, and you slam them down on the ground. And it causes so much of a shake that it knocks both these guys off their feet. You then get up from there and go both directions at once. You hit this one here, and it just... You hear your crag hammer right into it. And so at first it gets stuck on your crag. Get off of there, and you sort of shake it off, and it falls. The corpse falls to the side. You figure maybe you can salvage a little bit of that later. And the other one gets a big hit in the side. It doesn't look like it's feeling too good for it, but it's still very steady on its feet. Riswin.
Oh, hey, look. Come and join me on this prone one.
Lovely prone target.
You can shift to get there.
Yep.
I have a better thing to do that. But
Yeah.
first I need to use my minor to use my second win. Because
dwarves.
I can as a dwarf!
Wow.
Yeah, it's dwarven resilience.
Aye.
Allows you to use your second win
As a minor.
as a minor.
It's pretty,
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
So, booyah. That's,
That means you can't use your mark, eh?
Yeah, I know, but I need the health in order to
More
survive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, and then are you
And then I am
shifting as a move? Or?
no, I'm going to shift as an attack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, you can shift into combat advantage.
Yes, I can.
He's
Nice.
prone.
And combat advantage?
I
Does
don't
that
know.
stack?
I don't know if flanking stacks.
Yes.
Oh god. So we're mudhole stomping this poor wolf, is what I understand.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
3. Yeah.
Actually, I
shift
can go
more than
4.
that.
I can go 4.
Yeah, but in this case
If
you only need to
necessary.
do 3.
I'm just being a douche now. Do.
Like me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the long way, bitch. I'm gonna grab any opportunity attack.
And I'm going to use my angelic alacrity, which is where I blazingly speed up to them and then smack them with my axe for good
Nice.
measure.
Nice.
Oh, fuck.
Lost a whole bunch.
You still get a lot of bonuses. It's
Oh, that's a 7.
So
I thought
plus
that was a
8.
1.
So,
Plus
Well,
2
against
plus
what?
2.
it's
No,
Right,
plus,
and then
plus
plus
6.
2 plus 2.
so 7 plus 6,
That's 13.
13 plus
plus
2.
4 from your bonuses.
Oh, right, because the double.
Because you're flanking and
Yeah.
So 17.
17 versus this one's AC.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, shit. All right.
See how great combat advantage
it
and
being
stack
prone
things? Yeah.
and granting combat advantage because you're flanking.
Yeah.
is
One less
very
wolf
effective.
head. That's going to be my helmet.
That's 6. That's 11. Plus 6 more. So,
17,
So
23.
23.
23 damage.
Holy balls!
Ali does damage.
So that thing is 2 weapon. That
Yeah, that's 2 weapon.
That's sweet.
It's called an
Oh,
executioner
shit,
that.
no! Plus 4 more.
Why plus 4 more?
If you. Oh.
2d12 plus 4, but this is plus 6.
What?
This one's 2d12 plus 6, and this one's plus 4.
Yeah,
You get plus
Yeah,
2
yeah.
because of your
Yeah.
Right.
ability with
Yeah,
axe.
so it's plus 6, then yeah,
always
it's 23.
21 at the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
23.
23.
Okay.
You're good. You're fine.
Yeah. So that wolf being, knocked over on its back, you decide, you know what that wolf has? That wolf has too many legs. You wind up and just take one of its back legs right off. Clank. It.
It's
I
now
didn't do
all
No, Clank didn't do it. But yeah. So you swept that right off. It is not dead,
Oh god.
but it is so close that it wishes it were.
It's going to be limping really soon.
Oh, it is
yeah.
limping.
No, it's on its back.
All right.
It's not even standing yet.
He's going to have a hard time standing. For those 3 legs.
So we're gonna start. Okay, so number 1 is dead, I believe.
Yep.
Because
So
this used to be
2,
this one over here.
3,
Yeah.
and 4.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 goes first. Scrambles up to the feet it has left, making some very, very. Oh my god! I'm gonna die. Sore noises.
Good old 3 legs.
Yeah.
Hardly knew him.
It is definitely going for Riswin.
Oh yeah, probably.
There's no reason it would do anything else. Yeah, it doesn't matter what that. Okay. It goes to lunge forward and just sort of falls off to the side. It does not manage to lunge because it doesn't have 2 back legs anymore. So it kind of stumbles forward-ish and isn't very threatening. Number 3 is going to take a 5-foot step towards a squishy-looking elf.
Anyway.
Yeah, that one there.
That's what she's looking at.
Yes. Okay. So that. All right. So it lunges at you, takes a bite out of your backside for 7.
7. Those are hit points I use.
That wouldn't have even gone through my temporary hit points.
And then,
Speaking of temporary hit points,
yeah, it's going to take a running leap towards you, and try to do that. Take a chunk out of its backside attack.
remember that it's -2 because of Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And +2 because of count advantage.
So it's even.
Remember not to modify it anyway.
I will attempt
I'll
to-
take 2 sets of 2 double cheeseburgers.
2 double cheeseburgers.
How many sets of
outside.
2 double cheeseburgers do you want again?
All of the different pluses and minuses confuse the wolf, and it doesn't.
I use math.
Oh my god, orc using math?
Everyone just explodes.
Yeah. It lunges forward and attempts to jump up and claw at your back, but your hide is a lot tougher than its
That's where all the
fingers,
muscles are.
and it just goes like scraping down as if it was trying to like scrape through a window. It's just like, what is going on here?
There's already enough scar tissue there
Does
to
not get-
prevent it.
Yeah.
Ew, this tastes like scar tissue.
Yeah, that's the way around. No more minions left. Where's you? You're up.
Yay! My wolf is biting your face. Yay! Shift the fuck away.
Now you can actually shift out of range.
Yeah. Viciously mock it.
Which one? This
The one that bit her.
The one that bit me.
No, you're not.
No, not.
You
It's
viciously
not
mock
terribly
yourself.
I
vicious.
mock myself.
Yeah,
You are a smelly wolf, and I don't like your face.
You're a smelly elf. Wait.
I mean, wolf.
Oh, makes so sad.
you now realize.
Chosen ones.
You now realize that the mocking part of your last thing didn't do it. Oh, right. It was the strumming. Oh,
They did it.
Yeah,
I
so
should
no
concentrate
effect
more on
there.
that.
Yeah. Clank, you are up.
All right.
That mark is kind of useless unless someone gets it.
Yeah, well,
But
nobody...
-2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm contemplating moving it, but I think I will leave it there where it is. Yeah. And I will attempt to hit this fellow in front of me with my green flame blade. Yes, green flame blade.
Ooh, 15.
So 22.
Yep, that is definitely a hit. Roll some damage.
3.
Rawr, freight.
Very nice.
Okay. So your Kopesh gets engulfed in green flame, and you take a slash, and you cut a bunch of the... You cut a shank in the side of it, taking off a chunk of fur, and leaving a cauterized sort of, flat wound piece behind in your blade. And turn order resets. Ruckus, you are up.
Well, this sounds like a whirling frenzy time. Hopefully I don't miss. Targeting one that is
Old Hopalong.
The one that's flanked.
Old Hopalong.
Poor old Hopalong. We hardly knew him.
Ooh, 28.
Nice.
Sorry, 25.
Yes.
Poor old Hopalong.
Is that including your combat advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's still a hit.
Okay, so Old Hopalong takes
2 weapons.
15 points of damage.
Oh god.
15 points, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
puts it at minus 12. Off it goes.
He explodes.
And other guy gets.
Epically.
Oh, gotta reroll that.
And that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gotta roll down. That's a 10.
Nope.
13 plus 4, so 17 points of damage.
God.
On which one is that? That's
The one I have marked.
That dude.
I also gained 8 more temporary hit points.
Wow. You are a freaking temporary hit point machine.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Freaking hell. Alright.
I was past bloodied before. I'm still technically bloodied.
Wristwind, you are up.
I am just 1 point of a bloodied.
Interesting.
Whenever you hit,
Yeah.
those are hits.
Yep.
Wait, your daily makes you gain temporary hit points every time you hit. And
Whenever
then-
I hit.
And you hit twice with your encounter
Yeah.
power. Ah.
And my whirling rend.
You are now marked. And flanked.
So flanked.
So flanked. And I will use Bond of Pursuit on him.
With the power of bondage.
I'll roll that again.
Added up anyways.
Bond of Pursuit is against what?
AC. It's only 13 though. I don't think it's gonna be a hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
You rolled a 7, didn't you?
Yes, plus 6.
And you're flanking.
Plus 2.
Oh, plus 2, right.
So it's 15.
So 15.
No, still not a hit, sorry.
So close.
Ruckus turns around.
Gotta make some stew.
Now it's the wolves.
Wolves were smart. They'd be running. Too bad they're dumb wolves.
They're very dumb wolves.
They're gonna be breakfast.
Okay,
Delicious
so
wolves.
that one with the orange mark being flanked over there.
Yep.
Whose mark is that?
That's mine.
That's your mark?
Yeah.
That's gonna attack you.
Well, it's,
no.
it's my oath.
Your oath of.
Yeah, it doesn't actually.
It doesn't have
NDT.
the
It doesn't
know
have
what
the
marking
thing that
does.
makes it
Yeah.
Right.
know that it's afflicted or
And
whatever.
even I already decided earlier that they're too dumb to deal with that. But the one thing that they do understand is that you have blood and you don't. You smell delicious.
I do smell delicious. This is very true.
She's also based in mead. Most of the
Yes, I smell delicious and alcoholic.
Yeah.
All right, that is a hit.
No! My magical legs.
That is a 1. You take 6 damage. So that we're gonna
Back down to
say
9.
We're all so hurt.
Speak for yourselves, weaklings.
All right. So then that other one,
Thanks to all of Jen's healing, I'm fairly well restored.
Yeah.
the non-flanked one,
I'm
is going to
bloody.
attack what's in front of it. Which is
I am
Ruckus.
going off booze.
It is definitely going to attack Ruckus.
If I drank booze, I
Remember,
would give it
remember
up.
it got a -2 on the attack against Ruckus.
Okay. 21.
That will hit.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So
No, my 16 temporary hit points. What'll I do?
So it. You don't have anything on your forearms, right?
Yeah, bracers.
Straps.
Bracers. It's the equivalent of straps.
Yeah.
For bracers, you know.
You now have bite mark holes in your leather bracer where it jumped up and grabbed your wrist.
What a jerk. How much damage is that?
That ends up being
Feather
10 whole
bracers.
damage.
No, my temporary hit points. I'm down to 6 of them.
Well,
Oh, no.
as a result of him biting Jim like that, I teleport behind him and attack him with a melee basic attack.
That you do.
Ooh, 17.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Definitely will.
What's that? You're giving me combat advantage. That's a 1
Isn't
point.
that
I reroll because I have.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Thank God.
5. Woo.
There you go. So 10 damage,
Nice.
Okay.
and I gain 2 temporary hit points.
Because he's finally hitting his mark.
Yeah. All right, maybe.
Is it only when you use arcane power, though?
Oh, damn it! You're right.
It's a melee base.
Super melee basic attack
Yeah,
isn't
we're-
arcane.
This isn't working the way I was hoping that would work for you, so I think we may swap that for you.
And you can always sell the enchantment.
Oh, that's true. You can, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. You can always sell it for something else later.
Like your new hat.
And then again, that's true that when you're in combat, if you're really taking the hits, you can just move the mark to the one in front of you and start beating.
Yeah,
them for
exactly.
temporary
Like
hit
right now, don't worry about it for now. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So both those monsters moved. Clank did his blink. Marzia, you're up.
Staggering note. And
Oh, no.
one.
That one shoves him and gives nothing when you miss.
Still 14 versus will.
Oh, that might hit.
Okay.
I'm a stupid wolf.
Third.
That does hit.
All right.
Oh, God.
He takes 4 thunder damage.
4 or thunder damage.
Thunder
That
damage,
one's,
and he is pushed 3 squares. And at the beginning of the push, Risswin can make a melee basic attack versus.
Don't you get to roll twice because he's still your mark, technically?
I'm not sure how that works. Read the mark.
When you make a melee attack against a target and the target is the only enemy adjacent to you, you make 2 attack rolls and use either result.
Yeah.
Yep. So then yes.
So before I start pushing him, she can make a melee basic attack.
Yeah.
17.
That's fairly good.
17. So 19.
Yep, that's a hit. Doesn't matter which stat it's against, that's a hit.
Oh!
17 damage.
No, because this is only plus 2 damage.
Still.
Yep.
Melee
Yeah,
basic.
plus 2.
It gives your
It's a
strength.
basic.
It doesn't use
Yeah.
for...
Oh, right.
So
This is my
what's-
wisdom.
What's the grand total on that?
So that is
Still sizable.
13. 13 whole damages.
I regret nothing.
Both of these wolves have seen much better days.
They won't see another, I'll tell you that much.
They have bloody
They'll see
matted
breakfast.
fur, and I think one of those
When they become
lost an ear. Yeah.
No, that one's
No,
dead.
he's
Oh,
dead.
that's
Dead,
dead.
right.
Yeah,
Is the
no.
first one to go down.
Yeah, yeah. Bloody matted fur and
Yeah, like his
not doing
chest
too good
caved
at all.
in.
This
The
one's
prime
one where
hammer.
he reminds you of hair.
Yeah.
Clank, you're up.
Well, I suppose a green flame blade is in order.
18.
18.
That will hit.
Thanking. Yes, that hits.
Even without the combat advantage.
Yeah,
that
that's like 27.
hit. These wolves aren't that good.
One.
It's a run. Reroll that.
That's a
Go
7.
ahead.
Oh, 7.
actually.
Nice.
So 12 damage.
Very nice.
Okay. So again, you raise your Kopesh, it gets completely covered with green flames, it bursts into green flames, and then you use those green flames to slice from the tail through the hindquarters right out the middle, and that
Wolf is
cuts in
exploded.
2.
Okay. Here's my movement.
You are
1,
pre-butchering
2,
it
3,
for
4,
Ruckus.
5, and I'll mark him.
Good.
Marks. I'll mark a note.
There you go.
Yeah. Damn it.
The most wanted wolf.
I'm trying to think if there's a better place I can stand. I don't think it really matters.
That's the easiest way to get.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. So, turn order resets. Ruckus, you are up.
This is a charge.
Alright.
Hello.
You use that thing that you use in place of a charge.
Nope, don't have that anymore. This is just a basic charge.
Oh, you don't have a thing that you can use?
Yeah,
in
because
place?
before that was the one that he used in place of a charge required him to have a two-handed weapon as
not
opposed to
two
two one-handed
one-handed.
weapons, so he had to replace it because
So that's 17 versus AC. Sorry, 18 versus AC.
That's a hit. Now, the thing that I gave you, it still allows you to ignore opportunity attacks when you charge.
Yes, that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. What was the name of that attack again?
Melee basic attack.
Melee basic. Alright, sorry. We just
I love this attack. It's awesome.
as you're going around the campfire,
your basic ignites into a green flame.
at the bedroll, you just drop your crag hammers because you're still enraged, right?
Yeah.
You drop your crag hammers and you just power punch this thing to the
Muzzle.
muzzle. Thank you. Just right
Ugly,
in the
stupid
schnoz.
face.
And yeah, it yelps, it falls over, it dies. Well done, team. You have dispatched the wolf.
Oh, I lose my temporary hit points.
Pain. So much pain.
I was going to regain temporary hit points if it got to my turn.
I finally got to gain some temporary hit
And
points.
spend all the healing surges.
Very temporarily.
Alright.
That's the plan at this point.
How many? You healed me twice, right? And I burned 3 healing surges there.
Yeah, he'll do twice. So.
Shouldn't really matter. So.
I need your eraser. That's all. I'm using you for your eraser. Erasers. I wasn't kidding, by the way. I'm decapitating one of the wolves, pulling out the innards, and using its skull as a helmet now.
They're not, the skulls aren't big enough, but what you could do is you could probably,
They're on my bracers then. I have now wolf skull bracers.
there you go. See, that
They put holes in that. I'm undoing it, and I'm wrapping their skull around it.
Alright,
You're putting like the mouth,
I
Yes.
burned
jaw,
my healing
jaw bottom,
surges. I'm
and
back
ears
to
on
full.
either side, just wrapping it.
Yep.
Nice.
And the food's being cooked for breakfast. Once I wake up.
Once we're done sleeping.
Anything's better than salted drake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sick of watching you guys puke up salted drake.
I ate mine and didn't puke.
Dagger.
There you go.
Here you go. Time to clean them.
So you guys spend a bit of time patching up, healing up, fixing up the campsite
I
again.
use my normal cure and just drink a bunch of mead.
Nap. Power nap.
To you, Moradin. To you, Moradin.
Exactly.
Technically, if we're out of my counter, I can use my
stapler.
Mamazia.
My majestic word.
Well, whenever you're out of combat, you just
Yeah.
use
You use your
healing
healing
surges
surge,
because
exactly.
you recover. So yes, Ruckus will take time to skin and prep and cook. Well, not cook, but cooking comes in the morning. So the skinning and prepping is rolled on a
18.
24.
Oh man.
But you only managed to recover 2 of the corpses because the other 2 were so badly mangled.
I only need 2 of the corpses for the racers.
Yeah. But also the meat, because the other ones were like stomped into the dirt. And
One of the ones I reclaimed, is it 1 ear?
yes, I'm going to say that it is.
The right one is 1 ear.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'm going to say that not only did she take off the fur and skin ear portion, but you can, if you look closely, you can see that the skull in that section is just slightly flatter than the other side because it's been shaved down by that
Excellent.
axe.
So
Nice.
Mega.
unfortunately, the first few minutes of you trying to fall asleep is completely, taken up with.
Oh, I'm not trying to fall asleep. I'm drinking myself to sleep.
Clank goes back into a low power state.
Yep.
Asleep.
Yep.
No, Clank reattaches his arm.
Yeah, that's it. Clank puts his arm back on and
But you can't, so play safe.
Down.
reattaches his sprockets and
Until you feel long enough to coma.
Goes and
Yeah, exactly.
fetches springs.
Meat coma, the best kind of kuma.
I'm gonna hang the meat from one of the nearby trees just so that it can bleed out.
Under normal
you were attacked by bears.
Under normal circumstances, that would lead to a second combat, but I'm going to say that no. That you
The
guys
bear's like,
have none of
hey,
that.
we should.
Nope.
Nope.
What they did to those wolves? Never mind.
Wow, those
The
wolves.
noise
Those wolves really
scared
smell
off
delicious.
predators.
Hey, what's skinning them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away. From
Bear does not want.
Bear just walks around with that. Ma'am.
I just love the image of that last move that Ruckus did, where he's just like, "Fuck these things," drops them and just punches it in the schnoz.
Falcon Bob.
I just picture him pretty much doing the equivalent of a people's elbow, or elbow drop.
All right, so I'm going to say that you guys have an uneventful rest of the night.
Hooray!
You
I
have to
meditate so hard.
You have to sleep slightly longer into the morning to get your full night's rest, but you guys do that. And you get up and you continue onwards. Okay.
Wait. The wolf is delicious.
Excellent.
Nice.
We have a heart.
Very pleased.
That's good. Now I don't need to watch them throw up anymore.
Very good.
Wolf's easy to cook. They're tenderized.
What was that roll?
That would have been an 18 total.
Nature,
Modified 18? Okay. I'm going to say that the 3 of you regain a healing surge because of that delicious morning breakfast.
Oh,
Or back to full anyway.
Full rest.
Is
Yeah.
that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, never mind.
We get an extra healing surge. That's how awesome the wolf was.
We should get +1 to our endurance rolls.
Yeah.
We're being well fed.
Eating all of Ruckus's cooking has given you a hearty stomach.
Hey, to be fair, my endurance is 9 because I've been eating all of Ruckus's cooking for God knows how
We
long.
get plus 5% to XP for the next half hour.
That's the well-rested perk. Oh, boy.
Speaking of XP, how much do we get for that fight?
I was gonna just total it up at the end, but I can total it
yeah,
up.
and-
Wait till the end.
All right.
Do it.
Just in case. What time is it?
8:43.
You're good.
Okay, so
We got a little
we
more
got
time.
one more thing to get through, but we're not going to get to another combat.
So tired.
All right, so you guys get back on the path, or well, you guys camped on the path, but you reestablish your sense of direction and go right. We're going that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would like all of you to roll a nature check.
Wolf is good.
Oh, God.
Where might even go? There it is.
Nobody's got this.
I have a 7.
16.
6.
Ruckus?
7. That's modified. 1.
You roll a 1.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, you guys still managed to stay on the trail for a little while. You're going.
He's just looking at his preachers the whole
I want you to roll another nature, and then after that I got something else.
Your turn.
I rolled a 1. Quit waving that in my face.
18.
18.
13.
There we go.
Keep your disgusting
You guys-
wolf racers away from me.
You guys are having no trouble following the trail. You're going along. You've got that tree over there. You got that bush over there. You got this campsite that we've passed here. You got that tree over there. You got that bush over there. You got this campsite. Marcia, roll Arcana.
Oh no!
Carmine would hit this.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
31.
Holy crap! What did you get on?
Lower than that.
Yeah, but I do want to know what you got on that.
Bonus again. It's plus
Good
10.
day.
Very good day.
Yeah, plus 10.
So 16.
This is not the same one that DM screen that I usually have, is it?
No.
No, you use the white one.
2 DM screens.
Do you want the winter
Yes.
one?
I do want the other one. Okay, so the grand total on that
16.
one? Okay, all right. So both of you know, but you really know. But I'll give you your description first. You are fairly sure that it's not that you guys are just losing your direction and walking in circles, but that there's some sort of arcane force. Marzia,
It's 16 feet that way, up the tree.
To the left.
yeah, this is a magic maze. This is a construct. It was built by some sort of powerful wizard, and it is meant to obscure a place, a target location. So you guys are. Well, thank you.
Yay. It's pretty DM screen. It's not full of horrible drow.
There we go. Difficulty class by level, right in the front where I want to see it. So I started looking. I'm like, wait, where did my tables go? Okay, so you guys are now aware of the fact that this is a magical maze, and the wizard does not want to be found.
The particulars of a magical maze, as I know them.
Okay. Skill challenge. Navigate a magical maze. So, this skill challenge, where do I have it here? This skill challenge is going to be a complexity 3. Okay, actually I've got my... Now, interestingly, as I was looking up the information for this, the information in the book on skill challenges, the information on this screen on skill challenges, and the information in the errata on skill challenges are all different. With that in mind,
The GM screen is different from the actual errata.
yes,
And the GM
yeah, it actually
That's hilarious.
is.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's yeah.
There are more guidelines.
More guidelines. This it's a complexity 3, and I believe I made it a moderate. Let me just double check. Oh, right, I'm doing it based on what you guys roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you off the bat what won't work.
Diplomacy.
I bluff the maze.
Excuse me, I would like to use acrobatics to jump over the maze.
I am still gonna fucking do that at one point. When I get Yumi to Paragon level, I'm gonna bluff the shit out of a maze or something.
I know the way out of there. I'm just checking to see if you do. It's this way. Little line appears.
Yeah,
I find the main spirit.
the main things that you guys can figure out: bluff, diplomacy,
That
insight,
can actually work in favor.
religion, stealth, thievery. You can't steal your way out of a maze.
Are you
know,
sure?
You can't use insight?
It's not a person.
Right.
Insight can be used for you to reflect upon things.
Oh, okay. I thought insight was always like divining the like whether or not you're getting ripped off or screwed or what the other guy's
That is a
intentions
primary
are.
use. The secondary use is for you looking into yourself
Introspection.
Exactly. To get the idea of, well, if I were a stupid mage making a fucking maze to trap people in, what would I do?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair
You
enough.
can, if you can explain it in a way that makes sense.
Yes, there are a bunch that I've left on there that if you guys can be creative in your explanation, I'll let you go for it.
If I saw a giant orc in my maze, what would I do? Everyone's like, run away, run away. Rex is like, fight it.
Cook it.
You don't cook orc.
All right. Clank,
prepared.
you've got point.
Well, I would like to try, and now that I know what we're facing with, I'd like to attempt to use my Arcana skill to discern the location of the magic tower, if I can, from within the maze, to sort of orienteer myself in the correct direction.
Because of your good early roll, I'm actually going to make that a medium difficulty instead of hard. So, go for it.
10.
So 20.
Nice.
So, you reach in your pockets, take out or your compartments, I should say, and take out a little bit of some sort of arcana magical dust. You sort of let some of it go in the wind. You light up your sword with fire. You sort of hold it up, and you kind of see where the glow of it kind of fades a little bit because it's being sort of overtaken by a strong arcane force. And you go, that tower is that way. You are absolutely sure of it. So you don't necessarily know the path to that way,
right? But I mean that will help us.
You now have basically an arcane compass.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. So I shared this information with the rest of the group that and I give okay, well, that tree. I make a mark, something that we can actually use to orient ourselves in the correct direction.
Yeah.
For a magical, an arcane maze, physical markings aren't going to be as useful, but because you rolled so well in Arcana, even if you come across that same tree with the same X again, you're going to know, no, we've made progress. It's still that way, it's just not as far. You know what I mean? So
He leaves an arcane mark.
Yeah. All right. Marzia, you're up next.
Sing such a beautiful ballad that the mage would have to come out.
Sing him a love song.
Okay, so what skill are you using? What's your
I'm going to rack my repertoire to think about historical instances of magical mazes.
Okay.
And how they were defeated in songs. 18.
Okay, so... Alright. Wait a sec. So, you think back through your repertoire, you sort of hum a few bits, you strum a few times, you get, to the chorus, oh right, that didn't mention that magical. You're going. And so, the insight that you gain from your history check, you share with...
I sing the song about the magic maze.
With Riswin. Riswin, you get a +1 to your roll.
Awesome.
So, Riswin, you're up.
And then they
Alright.
did this, and then
I hold up my mug, my magical mug of my god, and I'm going to pray to my god for safe journey through this maze.
So you're trying to do a religion check?
Yes. Try to use pretty much my deity, because I am an Avenger, as a means to get through the maze.
You want the light to shine in the right direction off your beer mug.
Exactly.
The light will shine through the beer mug and point the way.
Make it hard. Make it hard.
Originally,
Still get a +1.
religion was going to be an automatic fail, but I like that description. I'm going to let you do this on a hard DC check, but you do have the +1 from Marzi.
Okay.
Go for it, and that's
Oh,
the
well.
Plus
6.
We believe
plus
in
1.
Warden's
Plus
power.
7. Yeah.
So 26.
Warden's power.
The power of Jesus.
the golden ale shines away.
Your mug lights up like a beacon, and it's just pointing the way out forward. Every once in a while, you take a look, and oh, hey, it's full.
Awesome.
And I'm walking in the correct direction.
It fills up.
It's filled. And then Morden uses the power of her drunkenness to steer her through the maze.
her in the right direction.
That's
Like
awesome.
it, we're going
Make
with
all the right
that.
twists and turns.
All right.
And it's not just because I can't walk a straight line anymore.
Well, he said it was to the north, northeast.
He's pointing the way. Yeah, he's
But in general cardinal direction.
It is
cardinal
awesome.
direction of west.
You can use nature to try and follow. Well, that's always north. That will always be west.
Go for it.
Oh, 5.
11.
11. Give me a sec here. All right. So as you're going,
Stupid magical mazes changing where the sun is.
so as you're going, what you're using is that whole the moss always grows on the south side of the tree. So you're going and you're feeling the tree. And you're like, no, that's definitely south. That's definitely south. Unfortunately, no. The trees are sort of magically spawning 90 degrees rotated. You lead the group off astray for a little bit until you realize, crap, I've been in this exact same spot, but those two trees were bloody hell.
Mages.
Yep.
Ruckus, you get a second chance at it. This time maybe you could use the sun.
I'll cook my way out.
I'm wondering if I can use athletics just be like...
That seems unlikely.
Power your way out.
That seems like the exact kind of thing a magic maze of this type would be designed to defeat.
It is, but if you can find a different reason for athletics, I might be...
I'll hurdle the maze.
Obviously, these trees are blocking the way, and you should punch them down.
No, this time I'm going to use perception. Obviously, there's some kind of pattern. There has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Mages is dumb and wouldn't do things random.
It's true.
Yep, you can do
Maze
that.
map.
That's actually going to be a moderate.
15.
DC check.
21.
Nice.
Holy crap, that could have been a hard DC. Okay, well, you are starting to glean that, as powerful as this wizard is, you've seen more difficult mazes set up to try and confuse attackers and send them into blind spots coming into villages. So you're like, amateur.
Murder hole, murder hole.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
You're looking at the
pretty
trees going, if I was going to set this up, there'd be a defender there'd be an archer there, You're like,
This would be
all of a
trap,
sudden this is starting to make
trap.
sense to you. So
When
you
you think about it in raiding, it's very simple.
one of those. Clank.
Well, my arcane power to detect the direction we were going worked well. So what I'm going to try and do now is, in the intervening way, I'm going to try and detect arcane obstructions that are popping up in between us.
Okay, yeah. Roll that up.
Natural 20.
20.
So 30.
Yeah. So you're as Ruckus is making his way forward. I would put a murder hole there. I'd do that. You'd be like, oh. You sort of grab him and sort of nudge him that way, and he goes, oh, we're right. Yeah, there's a big open spot over there. And he rushes forward and whatever. So you're basically able to see things before they obstruct you and point you guys in the right direction and get around obstacles. So that's another one of those. That's good. Riswin.
Okay. Because it's a magical maze, I would assume the purpose of it would be also to trap the person, but also tire them out, because you keep going around in circles and whatnot.
Well,
Now that I'm fueled by holy ale, I want to use my endurance to power on through with the rest of our group. And not get caught behind them because I'm a squat dwarf.
It's true.
Alright, it'll be hard, but do it.
20.
Natural 20?
29!
Ale provides and sustains.
Not only are you able to keep up, they're wondering why they can't keep up with you all the
The
time.
surf is a force of nature.
This dwarf, you think back and you remember, this is for Uncle Steve.
Yes.
I'm going to do this for Uncle freaking Steve.
Yeah, we're gonna get through this.
You're
I'm gonna go and punch me a wizard.
You're the fucking Terminator. You're just wandering, just dun 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 dun.
And every once in a while, I'm just like, shifter to the side.
Dwarf.
Hang on, there's a magical pit there.
Thank you, sir. Keep our rope.
I saw it.
Marzia.
I'm gonna back up Clank with the Arcana.
Okay, at this point, you guys have gotten pretty much all the direction you can get out of Arcana, or all the main stuff. I will still allow you to use it, but it is getting more and more difficult to divine any useful information from Arcana checks.
Or I
Hard
can
DC
think back to another song I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do history again.
Okay, you can... history and Arcana are both going to be a hard check, so
right.
it's your choice.
History.
Jesus, that thing didn't even roll. It was like,
Yeah, it just falls.
Those dice really do that.
It's still a 17,
As
which I think is a failure. On the
Well, the way I've got this written up, you are
Yeah,
going
it
to...
falls.
Because Marzia, she was at the end.
like a brick.
Marzia, your information is is useful to Ruckus somehow. No, wait, you know what? No, it's not the information so much that's useful. It's the fact that as you're singing,
You're
these
annoying
songs,
the hell out of me.
No. As you sing your way through the songs, you actually somehow you found an orcish drinking song that had something about them finding their way through a maze of traps that the enemy used to try and stop them from getting to town. You love this song. You are spirited by this song. You get a +1 to your roll. Ruckus, you're up. With a +1 to your roll.
This is your jam.
It is your jam.
His orky jam.
There's much talk about
Yes.
slaying and treasure.
You may or may not feel like singing.
How everything may or may not be awesome.
Can Clank turn off his ears?
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. At this point, I'm going to have to use
Lego
nature.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, nature, totally usable. Hard DC.
Now that I know how they're setting this up, obviously you always have the defenses pointed towards this direction.
Obviously.
2.
No.
2.
That's a 9.
I'm drunk, bitches.
You get too stuck in your sort of metaphor, and you start walking yourself into places that Clank is trying to tell you, no, it's over that way. No, there would totally be like traps over that way. I gotta go over here, and no, big wall of trees you can't get through. Crap, you turn around and go sort of the other way. Oops. This win.
All right.
You're up.
I'm going to use my perception to look for the fucking tower. I'm dividing the air. I'm like, where's the fucking tower?
It reminds me of that I Dark Overlord where it's like, you didn't climb over the wall? No, I'm not an idiot. I used the door. So you look for the... Yeah, roll it up. We'll see how well this goes. It's going to be not hard. It's going to be modified.
That's 15.
Okay. So, you think about it for a sec. You go, I need a better vantage point. You pop those magical wings. You fly up. You take a look over the trees. You think you see it over there.
All right. That way!
Take me to...
How it is. Ha! Defeated by a pair of stairs. What are you going to do now, Dalek?
that really was like frightening when you saw that. We're like, they can do
fly.
that.
They're not useless anymore.
Oh, God, they got an upgrade.
You're up.
Came back from the dead.
Me?
Bam.
He came back from the dead.
No pressure, but
Good
don't
for
fail.
him.
No pressure, but don't fail.
No
Thanks.
pressure, but don't fail. What are you going to use? Make it something with high.
Arcana.
Okay, it's going to be a hard DC, but go for it.
That's
20.
A 20.
So,
Hooray for dropping die.
despite the fact that you can't really glean any new information, you still have that compass thing working for you, and you managed to corroborate what Riswin said. You're like, oh, yep, this way. Even though we have to go around these trees and off to the north a bit, oh, yep, still over that way.
Could have been
I can see the edges now.
You can see the edges. Click.
I can see forever.
You can see it all.
I can see through time.
So, Clank is going to attempt to rack his many years worth of study to see if perhaps anyone else has encountered this, or even if this particular wizard might have done this before, or some. I don't know how long this wizard has been around.
It seems like ages. Everybody you talk to, they can't exactly remember when that wizard came around.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
maybe he's back from Clank time. So he'll attempt a history check. Haven't done one of these yet, so
Okay. Yeah, history is a hard DC.
well, still about the best I can do, I think.
Yeah. You and me have
7.
similar
So
skill
17.
Okay. So, you remember it back, and you get little patches of memory that seem to be fairly, kind of coherent. You have ideas. You start speaking them out loud to try and see if you can piece them together, because there are bits missing, and your brain's feeling rusty, and you can't really get it. But the bits of information that you're spitting out are definitely going to be very helpful to Marzia.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
I remember that story. I know how it goes.
No, in this case, that's way before anything that you know, but it's definitely helpful information. You get a +1. Just at the opportune moments, he's going, oh, and then he would use, this tactic over here, just like that thing over there, and then you guys, make your way around the big honking hole in the ground that has the vines over it that you might fall in, and all that kind of stuff that you haven't seen much of yet because you guys have been through.
I'm sure I've heard tales of heroes defeating this maze, or a magical maze in general. Make history check.
Yep. Okay.
That's all 20.
20!
31!
It's a lot of 20s today.
Holy.
In this one skill
I know
challenge.
the ending to that
Actually,
song.
you know what, guys? I'm pretty sure we just have to always turn left.
Yeah,
If we throw a rock over our shoulder, turn around 3 times, and then turn left.
It defeats the maze.
no, I'm going to go more like this. You're going through, you're like, we're close, I know it. Why can't we? You pick up a rock, you're like, God damn it. And then as it flies forward, trees disappear, a tower appears, it bounces off the tower. You're like, oh,
There it
we're
is.
here.
I meant to do that.
Well done, folks. That was a very good
Good job. Smack.
Into the ground.
You guys had to get,
Thumbs up.
give you the idea, I made it hard. You guys had to get 8 successes before 3 failures.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's...
You had 2 failures. You were right on the edge. Now, I did have different failure outcomes based on how many successes you got before you failed out.
Oh, interesting.
So, because I wanted to make it interesting. I didn't want there to just be like, oh, this happened. So there are entire chunks of the flowchart that just dropped off because you
It's
succeeded.
like completed
Right.
total failure,
So,
partial failure,
partial failure,
partial success.
and then
Good
your
ending.
total success. So let's see what I've got here.
Good ending. Bad ending. Ruckus ending. what's the ruckus ending? You don't know.
You cooked the dwarf, that's all,
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say.
You're in there forever, and Ruckus eats us all.
Welcome to the Donner Party. Serving one.
No thanks to the plane. Many of us were still alive.
Sure are.
Must be another hunk of co-pilot.
God, that is horrible. What movie is that from?
Alive.
Alive.
I've never
It's-
seen
it's-
it.
it's from The
That sounds-
It's a Simpsons
Yeah.
quote, yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Basically, in the movie, a plane's worth of was it a soccer team or some shit crashes into the mountain.
Soccer team.
I don't even know anymore.
It totally, we already make this movie with the soccer team now.
It's a soccer team.
You're making fun of clerks
So-
now.
The plane crashes and they have to eat each other. So I
Soccer
say,
team at the other half.
So
Fucking clerks, man.
as Marzia bounces a rock off the tower, a puff of smoke comes out of nowhere, and it slowly spins around and then resolves into a gray-cloaked old man.
Gandalf. I mean wizard.
The most stereotypical-looking wizard you've ever seen.
What's the flower's name that we need?
You don't know that you need a flower. You're just told to come here and talk to this guy, and hopefully he can help you.
No, they said we needed a flower.
There was a flower. That
Yeah.
They said that we needed some kind of flower.
They said you needed a salve of some sort or something that he could provide you. All they know is this is way beyond our pay grade.
Yeah, I don't remember a flower.
There was no flower. Now,
Maybe
he
flowers
may
can
eventually
be
need a flower to make a salve, but you guys don't know that yet.
I have to re-listen to the recording. I'm pretty sure we mentioned flower.
either way, it's an ingredient that he needs.
Either way,
The wizard is
to
here.
make a thing.
Either way, I'm going to retcon that there's no flower yet.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not that Ruckus would remember, unless it was a spice flower.
he
Rock.
Ruckus. Ours for Ruckus.
So he gestures behind him. The doors to the tower open, and he floats backwards into the tower and says, "Welcome." And you guys are not sure how welcome
Pretty impressive.
It
you
doesn't
really
seem
are.
very welcoming,
Can I
actually.
float with him? On my wings?
You already used the wings during the skill challenge. Sorry.
Damn.
Pretty
Okay.
impressive.
So, do you guys follow him in?
Hell yeah, we're welcome.
We're
Plank
here to
goes
see
in.
a wizard.
All right.
We're off to see the wizard.
Ruckus is the last to go in. He doesn't like mages and towers. Mages and towers mean bad stuff.
Okay, so as you step in, The doors magically close behind you and disappear, leaving a solid rock wall.
I told you that was going to happen.
Wizard.
Doesn't matter. We're here for Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
He floats up and says, "What brings you to my domain?"
The mage kind of led us here.
We used the sun.
I use the power of my god.
The power of history and drunkenness.
Not how did you find my domain? What is the purpose of your intrusion into my domain?
We need your help.
We need a magical salve to save Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
What's
Yes.
Who is
Steve's
this?
actual name? I'm sure we know.
It'd probably come out.
Not all
His
of you
goddaughter should know.
He's a
Yes.
famous
Daughter does
adventurer.
know.
Let me sing you some of his songs.
Oh, Uncle Steve, wait. Uncle Steve went, damn it. Let me tell you this tale of Uncle Steve. Son of a bitch.
I don't think he has a last name. His last name's Uncle. His last name is Steve.
Is it Rudolph Steve?
Steve Stevenson.
Dude,
Okay.
move.
Strangely, I don't have it on this copy of my NPC list, but Uncle Steve does have a name.
Make it up.
You know it,
All right.
and I will
I
bring
presume
it in.
I would know it.
You know it.
I presume
You
I
too?
would have heard.
I definitely know
I've
it.
always ever heard of him referred to Uncle Steve. Both.
All right,
of you
Barely's
guys.
Uncle Steve Nomas.
But yes, okay. So he goes. So the wizard, Uncle Steve, and you.
And I give him his actual name. Stephen.
Rudolph Steve. The
Stephen
Steve.
Rodolphson.
You stroke
Steve McGuffin.
Stephen Rodolphson. It's perfect.
Now I wrote it into the original lore. I just didn't bring it with me.
It's funny because I wrote down the names of his party members.
Right.
Calissa the cleric and Maximus Stormblade, and then I wrote Uncle Steve. Whether or not you actually said his actual name, I don't think you did. I think
No, we don't know that. We just know him as Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve. Yes, but definitely Rispin knows it.
Yeah.
So he strokes his beard pensively. And you're here to help Uncle Steve how?
Did we explain about the poison?
I go into full like 90 miles an hour rambling type deal of everything that happened. Uncle Steve being hurt. That I'm his goddaughter. That I'm his goddaughter. That I'm his goddaughter.
he was bitten by something.
He was bitten by something. That I'm his
There were
goddaughter. There was
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. She said hi. Have you seen Dragonborn? I'm his goddaughter. And that we need a magical salve to cure him.
I'm gonna mention the creepy dragon summoning dragonborn type dude, and say that we believe that him or his agents must have done this to Uncle Steve.
And that the clerics from our village pretty much told us we had to come here to find the actual magical salve we need to cure
Help
him.
us, old wizard. You're our only hope.
So he goes, he does more beard stroking. He goes, I see. Was it and he describes like the bite
He's not a
marks
dwarf.
and the basically what you guys saw of the like what the bite marks did and how they've swelled up and whatnot. Who of you guys has the highest heal score? I know most of you don't have any.
I have no heal
I have
score.
+4.
+1.
I have the highest heal score!
Congrats.
What's heal modified by?
Wisdom!
Yeah, I don't have
Yes!
Okay,
I can describe
I have an
it
18
in
wisdom!
I can describe it in precise detail, like technically.
Smart.
You know, like I can remember it.
Well, yeah,
well.
your wisdom modifier is what?
No, my wisdom modifier is very low, but my
Yeah,
intelligence modifier is
I've seen it,
+5.
so...
Right. Okay. So
Yeah, I've seen
between
it,
the
so
two
I
of
can-
you guys, you confirm that it is what he thinks it is. So he floats back a little bit further. Goes, well, I can help you. You guys have proven your intelligence, but now you must prove your mettle.
I tap myself and say, yes, I'm metal.
Are you
Those
Awesome.
his little bracers were from wolves that we killed this morning.
The wizard
So,
does
it was
not
pretty
care
the
about
wizard
the
at this
wolves.
point, as soon as the wizard says, "You must prove your mettle," he's no longer able to hear because that swirling cloud of smoky, magical what's-its that made him appear in the first place surrounds him. He disappears, and the ground begins to shake. And then up from the ground in the center of this tower which actually we have a picture of. Now this we're probably going to have to fight another day. But
Yes.
but basically, fairly straightforward.
There's
The base floor of a tower.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So right in the center, it starts. A small hill starts to form, and then as the hill gets larger, it gives way. You see something that looks like a head and shoulders, but it still just kind of looks like the ground is giving way. Eventually, you realize that it
Your
is
brother
a,
Clank?
That's what I was thinking.
it is a large granite golem.
It's my evil cousin Rocky.
I thought it was Malachite.
Rocky the granite
Rocky's
golem.
his brother.
So yeah. So basically, that's where we're gonna.
He's a stoner.
So that's
rock hard abs.
Stop it.
That's where we're going to stop for the day. That basically you guys are in an enclosed arena with a granite golem,
It's bad.
and
Fun.
Why him?
you have to fight it in order to earn the favor of the wizard, who has said yes, he can help you, and identified exactly what it is you saw in Uncle Steve, but decides that he wants to see you fight his golem first.
Most people would.
Before he helps us fix it.
Just pointing out, he lives in a wizard's tower. He's probably bored 90% of the time going, I wish someone got me my maze.
My maze of awesomeness.
He's not easy to visit, so
Yeah.
Why don't my kids ever come to visit? You built a maze!
8 successes before 3 failures is really bloody hard.
And you guys made it all the way through.
We're awesome.
If you were a proper wizard, you'd be able to visit me. Oh, this again.
I don't want to go to Wizards College, Grandpa.
I want to be a sorcerer. You kids nowadays.
Always looking for the
So
easy way out. All right, so that brings us to feedback time. We'll start in reverse order this time. Clank.
It's good. I like the faster pace.
I was keeping that in mind at the beginning. It kind of went too fast at first. I'm like, oh, this shit happens, blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait, how much time has passed? Oh, right. It's not 5 minutes.
I was like, hang on, was that like a whole day? What happened? This changes my answer. If Marcy is like, it's been 2 hours, my feet hurt.
That changes the
Exactly. It's like, no, I hit her on
Those are cold.
I hit her on the head and we keep going.
But no, it's
Yeah, no, I like
we've been
the faster
traveling for
pace.
a day before he start complaining.
And the fight seemed well balanced.
Yes, that is a challenge. It's a lot harder to balance fights than I thought it was going to be.
Well, you got us like all bloodied.
Yep.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, so like I was at 7 hit points for a while.
Oh yeah, I went down to 10 and got 2 heals from Marcia and a second wind.
Yeah.
I mean, I was back to almost full after that, but like
I stayed at 90% of that
I
fight.
bounced up and down, but I am a tank, so it kind of makes sense. But even though I'm the tank, I think out of all the attacks that I took,
Yeah.
each one where I was at like 20 AC or higher for every single one, I only got missed twice during the surprise round by the 2 minions. And then every other time they fucking hit me, the bastards.
Yeah, well, you had the ability, I don't know if you did, but some of the times over my screen, if you had looked, I unfortunately seem to be rolling as a DM the exact opposite of how I roll
I
as a
try
player.
not to look over the DM screen because I just want Ray used to do that all the time,
Right.
where he would be like, "Oh, what'd you roll?" And I'm like, "Well, sometimes if I roll a 20 and someone's going to die, maybe it was a 19, you know." But if
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yes,
so, yeah, I try not to do that.
right. So that one time when I did roll a 20 on you, then I asked you to look over because at least with those, if I'm going to say that it critical hits you, I want you to know that it critical hits. Like I'm not just trying to kill characters again.
You're actually just rolling.
Ruckus.
That was pretty good. One thing I do want to mention is during the skill challenge, when Allie used her daily, that means that she's not going to have it for this fight. The wings?
No, I didn't count that as using up the daily.
Just as popping the power of the wings themselves, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like,
just
the power.
You're not-
Just
like-
Just a flavor
make sure
text
that
type
it's for
thing, yeah.
flavor, because if it is
Yes.
actually using the daily,
Yeah,
at that point it's like,
yeah.
It was for flavor. That's why when you tried to use it with the wizard, I didn't want you to use it for flavor twice.
Yeah, no, that makes sense,
Okay,
definitely.
but
just like
you
for
definitely
flavor,
don't.
like my guy can't
Just for flavor,
actually
because
teleport
technically you could have
because
just
with his
climbed up a
ability.
tree and
Yeah,
achieved the
exactly.
same result.
So yeah,
Yes,
well,
as
he
long as
can't
it's
actually
not-
teleport like over and like bring people through the ether and stuff like that. But when it's a non-combat thing, like when he teleported the drunk out of the bar, you know, it's like you know what, like it doesn't actually have to.
Yeah,
be
little
exactly-
flavor things like that are pretty awesome because then it also
Yes, and
builds the
that's
character
why
itself.
I'll always let you guys run with that as long as it's not giving you an unfair advantage in a situation.
Yeah.
You guys can do pretty much anything that your character sheet would give you the ability to do somewhere else. and just because it's fun that way.
Yes.
Other
Like,
than
you
that,
don't have to attack in order to use your wings, kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you can just be like, I am the god of beer.
But yeah,
I am the god of booze wenches. I'll drink to that.
yes, Ragas, your thing.
Other than that, pretty good. The combat was nice and challenging. In the first round there, I was down 12 hit points. Then I was back up to 20 hit points. Then I was down to 12 hit points. Then I was down to 12 hit points with 8 temporary hit points. Then I was down to 12 hit points with 16 temporary hit points. Then I was down to 12 hit points with 4 temporary hit points. Then I was down to 12 hit points with 12 temporary hit points. And then the fight was done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is good. It's a nice
Yeah.
bounce of...
back and forth. And I'm glad that the minions actually managed to get in the surprise round because that's what I was hoping to use them for this time was they get in there and do a bunch of damage when you're prone because they all had this it was 1d6 if you're standing, 2d6 plus 5 if you're prone, or 1d6
And
plus 5,
that's
2d6
why it
plus
took
5.
so much damage.
Yes, 2d6 plus 5 hurts.
Yes.
Prone forever.
I'm glad I was never prone.
That's
I
why
would've
Marcy
actually
almost
been
became a
dead.
wolf.
Yeah.
But that's also one thing with the skill challenge. Barbarians and fighters, terrible skill sets.
Yeah.
I'm just lucky that I went with an unconditional build and went with nature and perception. Because otherwise I'd been like, I fuck up immediately.
Well, the thing was that in this skill challenge, what I decided to do is I had the list of skills that weren't admissible at all unless you guys really, really twisted my arm.
Right,
and then
like athletics.
Right.
Yeah.
And then all of the other skills, every single one of the rolls that you did was a hard DC, except for I was going to give you 2 Arcana at a medium and 2 Perception at a medium, which I did. You guys burned through all of those, so those were rolls of 12. Okay. But any of the hard DCs where you had to roll 19, if you rolled between 12 and 18, so if you rolled above a moderate but not above a hard, you gave the +1 to the next person in line. And what that allows you guys to do is, because hard DCs, they're hard.
Yeah.
That's how that works, right? But I didn't think that it was fair to just be like, you fail, you fail, you fail. Oh, that's 3 of them, you're out.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when it's 8 and 3. I wanted you guys to have a fighting chance.
Yeah,
So.
whereas with, it makes sense that if we were the tower's that way, and I rolled a 2 or something like that, it's like, okay, well, hang on a second. You've misdirected the party.
That's right.
You spit out on the north side of the clearing, and you're like, fuck. We're nowhere near the friggin' tower. We know it was west. What the hell?
What happened?
Yeah.
But, yeah, exactly. So, whereas, a 17, it may not be as successful on a hard DC, but it's still okay, hang on. I still had a pretty good idea. No, I like that. I like that way of doing it.
And since the rules and the stats around skill challenges are so fucked up in the books and the errata and
fucked up.
the DM screens anyway, I figured I could, house rule bits and pieces into them. Mark also, I believe, is going to be house ruling a bunch of your skill challenges in crazy, radical, different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
They're interesting ways of not doing combat.
That's all for me.
Yeah, Mara's, yeah.
I like how the skill challenge turned out. It was a lot of fun.
I'm really glad you guys succeeded. Are you guys interested in finding out what would have happened if you failed?
Yes, I actually was thinking of
I
that.
already know because you told me.
Yes, because Jim didn't get to know this time. Jen got to know this time. My thing is that no more than one player can know what's coming up that session at a time. So, if you guys had managed to get 4 successes before failing out, you would end up falling down a hole, down a great slide, through a swirling magical portal, and be deposited in holding cells in the basement of the wizard's tower. And so from there, you could either talk your way out, you could break your way out. There are a couple of different ways that you could get out of there, but basically that's where you would end up. Anyway, if you had gotten less than 4 successes by the time you failed out, you wander into a cave. The entrance magically disappears behind you. The cave is home to a handful of large spiders.
Those fucking spiders.
That was
I'm
going
so glad we didn't deal with those spiders.
That was going to be fucking
Oh
tough.
my god.
That would have been neat.
They would have murdered us. I'm not kidding.
You would see 4 minions. Okay, fine. That's all you would see unless you rolled really high stealth. There were 3 other spiders, 2 different types, 2 different lurker types, lurking on the ceiling. One set would have ambushed you guys, so there would be a pair of them that would ambush you guys. Once you got far enough in to get combat advantage, one would rush down in front, one would rush down in behind. So there would be combat advantage from the given to the ambush spiders, are called. And then this other one would wait an entire round, and when you guys were engaged, whichever one it thought it could get the best grip on, it throws down a piece of a filament of web, wraps it around the person, drags them 3 squares, incapacitates them, and then every turn, another 5 damage, dragging
them closer.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that...
Yeah.
And
I have
then...
to hope that's on me.
Yeah, pretty much.
My guy gets super bonuses against like ongoing effects and stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you got into the cells and you managed to talk your way out, the wizard would be like, "You make a compelling plea for help, but I don't trust you yet. If you want my assistance, you'll have to prove your worth." Boom, back to the golem fight. If you broke your way out, I had an interesting flavor thing that I was going to do where you're almost out, you see the door, you're almost there, poof, he appears in front of you, goes, "You're nothing if not persistent. Thankfully, I need you for something." And then, you guys are like, "Well, what do you need us for?" It's like, "Well,
To feed to my golem
I
dead.
kind of accidentally summoned something that I can't manage to unsummon, and you guys are going to take care of it. Bye." Close the door behind you. The spider fight, if you won the spider fight, the wizard would have been pissed that you killed his pets.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, he would appear at the end because the door closed magically behind you, and he'd be like, "You killed my pets. They're supposed to feed on you." And so if you managed to convince him to help you, he would send you to fetch spider eggs to hatch a new set of pets before he would help you out.
That's neat.
So
How does it work in terms of defeating the enemies if, like, by bypassing the spiders?
You still get the
Are we considered to have defeated
You
them?
have to have run into them
Okay.
or had the start of the encounter. As an example, if the guy's like, "Give us all your money," you're like, "Okay, well the choices are fight or throw them like 2 gold and be like, that's all we've got."
Right. And so if you defeat them by being like, well, as I stated before, my guy has a fake money pouch.
Yeah.
And you give him the fake money pouch, and your real money pouch has most of the money, and this one
It
has
still
like
counts
6
as
gold.
resolving the encounter.
You beat the encounter.
So you have to encounter it, and then the encounter has to somehow resolve. So even if you encountered it and managed to make a successful flee without getting your asses kicked, in some cases, that's still resolving the encounter. But because you guys never encountered the
But by
spiders,
bypassing the encounter completely, you don't get
anything
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Unless it was like, oh, a
But we
cave
didn't
full of
even know it was
spiders.
there, so...
Like if someone had like a super high perception check and was like, should we check out that cave? And they look in, they're like, oh, fuck those spiders. No.
You look in the cave place, you're like,
we
red
throw in a
eyes.
firebomb.
Yeah.
Like we did to that one. that room of gyms there.
Room full of cobwebs.
Sorry.
Right. Firebomb, close the door. Well, it's filling up with smoke, and you hear the screams of horrible things on the other side.
Test
Yeah.
accomplished.
Well, that's like last week in Mark's game. He had this whole encounter worked out for meeting this thief. I paid it off.
Nice.
I paid it off. He's like, "Well, that encounter's supposed to be a fight, but you paid it off, so."
Alright, so...
Give me a second. I am mathing.
Math.
I need to math harder.
I have a calculator.
I'm sure those spirits of those
I got
wolves
it.
won't be angered now that they're attached to my forearms.
I was like, we already defeated some wolves. It was like, yeah, that's
Like, you really impressed
The
with
wizard
that.
didn't hear it. All he heard was the sound of the wind swirling around him as he took off.
He's spinning around.
All I'm picturing at this point is all 4 of us like whacking on the golem and it's going invulnerable.
Yeah.
As it's coming up, it's like.
Okay, that's nice. So for that rather difficult wolf encounter,
Wolf encounter.
you're each going to get 150 XP, which is actually very close to leveling you, and that skill challenge will probably do it. I'm not sure.
We're at 841 with just the 150.
158 experience.
Yeah.
I give you fuck you experience for that.
I find a kobold and kick it in the skull.
Plus 1 XP for being a jerk.
I can't. It doesn't say here what the skill challenge, like how much XP they're worth.
Skill challenges should be worth 10% of the level.
Yeah, and then if it's like a skill challenge of the
complexity.
Yeah, exactly. So
So is the level 1
I'm
challenge
gonna
of
DM guide this to figure it out.
complexity.
Like I said, most of this stuff is
It's
kind of...
it's generally said that it's up to the GM's discretion on these
Yeah.
things.
Yes,
more
I
or
just
less.
want to see, based on how difficult I made that, how much...
One
more
is
bonus it-
50% of experience, 2 is 100% of experience, 3 is
Skill
100%
challenge is
experience,
72.
4 is...
They basically count as a
Two.
monster of that level.
Yeah.
For complexity.
Skill challenge...
So, for example, the ones I had you guys do last Friday were like 200 XP each divided by the party.
You're wearing
Really,
contacts.
DM's guide? You're not going to give me a
That's
section?
why she can still
That's
see.
why I don't have glasses.
No, the
right
new
now.
ones you got.
Yes, the new ones I got.
Awesome. Yeah.
They make your eyes freaky
They make them awesome, is what you
They
mean.
do.
by the power of Grayscale.
Watermelon eyes.
They got little pips all around.
At least you don't have Sharingan eyes, because then I'd have to
That'd
kill
be
you.
stupid.
That would be stupid.
Once upon a time, I liked that series.
I still,
then it got dumb.
I'm still watching it actually
No,
as it airs.
it got Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
I did get Dragon
definitely.
Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Thank you, John, for that correction.
Trust me, it's American. Dragon Ball Z.
Fair enough.
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. Doesn't work as much.
No, it doesn't.
Next
I think it does.
on Dragon Ball Z.
See, there
Yeah,
it
I think it
works.
sounds pretty cool that way.
Only if there was a guy named Zed that wasn't in a crazy red and metal costume that kept making monsters grow and fighting the Power Rangers.
But he's a lord, so it's okay.
Yes.
What the...
I got 2 other pairs, but I left them in their little bottles. One's gray and the other one's
So did
like
we get
stripes
to
of
what
white.
you thought about it, Risen? No, not yet. You want to maybe say it right now while we're waiting for John to find the experience?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
The mug.
Yeah, I like the fact that I was able to take the ones he said, no, you can't do this, and made a way to do it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
The skill challenge.
I'd forgotten that we hadn't gotten past Barzia yet. So sorry, you were saying?
I pretty much like the fact that the ones you're like, yeah, I'm not going to allow these in the skill challenge, I made them happen.
Honestly, if you give a good enough explanation for damn near anything, I'm pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
It can happen if it sounds like the kind of thing that I'm like, fuck, that's a great idea.
That makes
Yes,
logical
that can
sense.
happen. Yeah. So, yeah.
Morden really likes you, apparently. By
Damn
the way.
right.
Yeah. You are his
Yeah.
favorite.
And it did make for good imagery, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm all for the fun. If you can make something that sounds fun or that conjures up an interesting, fun picture in the head, then you're going to be on the positive side
Yes,
of that more
Marzia.
times.
Marzi in all her
Ellie is
glory.
a character.
You.
Yes. Marzi is awesome.
No. What?
And
Oh.
a character.
Nice. Well, I don't have glasses, so that just looks like a big flare of green with the bits of red in the middle, but that's kind of cool.
Hey,
I will come over and check it out after.
you need glasses.
Next, Jim.
Okay, so I'm looking.
I'm looking through this, and it's got everything about how to run a skill
Yeah.
challenge, and nothing about
A
what
challenge
you
of that complexity takes somewhere between 12 and 18 checks to complete, and characters should earn as much experience for succeeding as they would for a combat encounter of the same level. It's the same as taking on 5 monsters at the challenge level. For quicker, less significant challenges, set a challenge level for challenge and DCs for checks involved. At a starting point, set the level of challenge to the level of party, and use moderate DC for checks and damage by level. If you use easy DCs, reduce the level of challenge by 1. If you use hard DCs, increase the level of challenge by 2.
Okay, there we
You
go.
can also adjust the level of the challenge by reducing the number of failures needed to end the challenge. Cut the number of failures in half and increase the level of the challenge by 2. You can also mix DCs in the same challenge as described on page 74. Example, the complexity 3 challenge using hard DCs and cutting the number of failures needed in half increases the skill challenges level by 4. Skills, other conditions, consequences. A skill challenge's complexity combined with its level defines the value of its value in experience points. A skill challenge is worth the same XP as the number of monsters its level equal to its complexity. Thus, a 7th level challenge worth a complexity of 1 is worth 300 XP, the same as a 7th level monster. While a 7th level challenge with a complexity of 5 is worth 1500, this is the same as a 7th level combat encounter. Character
complexity.
success.
So we have no complexity 3 hard is what you guys faced.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
increase the DC, the
The
DC
level
by
by 2.
Okay, so it's the same as a level 3 encounter then?
level 5 encounter technically.
Yeah.
Because you increase the DC by 2. So it would be the equivalent of either fighting 5 level 3 monsters or
That's level 3s here.
1 level 5?
Yeah.
I can work with
Sounds
that.
about right.
We'll call it 5 level 3s.
I know you can't use level 3 minions.
Alright,
Alright, you fight level 9 minions. Wait, what?
round that up. That's going to be 190 XP each.
Right, level 2.
Total?
You got no, that's just
An
for the
extra
skill
190?
challenge plus the what did I say it was for the battle encounter?
Yeah, that takes us to 1,031.
Yeah, so we're level 2.
What were you at before?
We were
When we
at
started the night,
791, I think. Or something
we were
like
at
that?
691.
we were at 691, and then we did 150, and then we did
Yeah.
one whatever it
You're at
was.
1,031. Congratulations,
Level
Dun,
2.
dun, dun, dun. You guys have leveled. Now, keep a hold on these character sheets. You guys can level throughout the week, but I'm going to say that the golem encounter is fought at your level
Our
1
current level.
because you haven't had a chance to actually, resolve
Do anything.
all of that. But assuming that you survive the golem encounter, then whatever comes after that, you guys can take some time whenever appropriate, and we'll just say that you guys, become that level in the interim. Let's say the next time you guys take an extended rest.
We level up.
But we can
We can still do
You
fill out
guys,
our character
yeah,
sheets.
you can fill it up and
for
show up
now.
next week with 2 sets of character sheets. This set for the golem encounter, and the next
But
set
we might get
for what else.
loot that we can use from the golem.
I think we've gotten a loot.
I'm going to say right now, you guys have already gotten your level 1 loot.
Did we get all the
all
level
the
one
level
loot?
1 loot? Yeah, I made the warehouse finish off your level 1 loot. The golem is going to have like one of the small gold packages or maybe some potions, that kind of thing.
It's hard as really a
But the
potion.
big magical items have been distributed.
Well, the magical items are level 1, and the level 2 ones are not going to be off the golem. I know where they're going to come, but they're not going to be here. Your main thing here is to try and save Uncle Steve. So that will be your reward.
That's your bonus.
That's the
Yes.
reward.
So everybody's at 1,031 XP. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, that was 31.
Alright,
Yay!
Well played, folks. Well played.
and that's going to be the end of the recording right there. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see you next time.
Save
In
that.
Stewardvale.
Are we supposed to have go back to that?
Sure, why not?